What on, people? Welcome back to That's Football. We have a Euros watch-along once again, and I am joined by my good friend Tool. How are you doing today?
Do you know what? Really looking forward to it, mate, because I don't think we've not done a watch-along or anything together yet, have we?
We haven't.
No. So I reckon we're going to get into a good chat today.
We're going to have some good debates, because we always debate off camera, like a lot of football stuff.
I think we're going to get into it today.
This is going to be a good one. So anyway, welcome to That's Football, another Euros watch-along. Like I said, today we've got Georgia versus Czech Republic. I feel like this is going to be an interesting game, because both teams are on 0 points, and unfortunately, in my opinion, I feel like both teams kind of missed out on their first game. I feel like both teams could have got a result, even if it could have been a draw. Both teams missed out on a result, so I feel like today is one of those must-wins. Let's try and get 3 points on the board. At the end of the day, even if they don't go through, you still want to win at least one game.
Yeah, well, even if they took if they took a point today, just because they're against each other and they're both on 0 points, it kind of puts both of them out, doesn't it? So it's like you said, must win for both teams. Both teams are going to be looking to get a win to stay in the tournament. But the draw like puts both out, doesn't it?
The Euros has been, in my opinion, it's been actually kind of interesting. I feel like the smaller teams have put up the best performances.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. Georgia played in the last game, which was like the spectacle of the tournament so far, the game against Turkey.
Yeah.
Obviously Turkey playing later on at 8 p.m. as well.
Yeah.
But like other games, like Romania, Ukraine was a big one.
Yeah.
There was another big one, I can't remember.
I think my first watch-along, my first watch-along was a cracking game. I can't remember who it was though. But it was a super good game. I think it was Albania versus, producer, can you remind me? It was Albania versus...
Albania, Italy?
Nah, it was Albania versus... I can't remember what team it was. It was a 2-2 draw though, and it was such a good game, like proper end-to-end. It was a last-minute goal. But yeah, like, the smaller teams have actually done an amazing job. So everybody in the chat, Croatia.
Albania
versus Croatia. That was a proper good game. So let us know in the chat anyway your opinions on today's game. Obviously, I want to keep it really interactive because I want to do a lot of debating today. I want to do a lot of football talk.
Yeah, so much.
Maybe not even just Euro talk, just football in general. There's a few like club conversations that we can dip into, and obviously England. I mean, that's a conversation for every day, really.
Yeah, like you were on yesterday.
Yeah.
But I've not been on to talk about England yet.
Oh, you've not been on yet?
No, not since the England game. I've got quite a bit, you know. I've got some stuff to get off my chest, mate.
When we get into it, I'm gonna let you have your time to talk. Because even yesterday, Beth was proper getting into it. Like I could tell, like it's an emotional conversation for a lot of people.
Oh mate, yeah. On the day after we played, like it drained the life out of me. Like I just didn't think anything. I just didn't, like, literally, it's like I just had my soul drained out of me. I just couldn't be bothered. Like, even towards the end of the game, I wasn't even like, we could get a last-minute winner. I just had no interest in the game. End. Yeah, they literally just killed my joy. They completely killed my joy with the football they were playing. But to be honest with you, do you know, like, after the dust has settled, I'm not as negative about it. I think there's still a little bit of optimism.
Really? I feel like mine's gone the opposite way. I've kind of gone more as in, like, you know what? If they go out, as much as I want the good vibes in the country, innit? Obviously, let us know where you're from in the chat. But obviously, we're in Manchester right now. Amazing day right now as well. Absolutely boiling. So you know when England win and when England do well, the vibes in the country, all around the country, is amazing, and that's kind of what I want.
It's the best summer, isn't it? Like they're the best summers when England are playing good. Yeah. Like, we've been blessed really the past few years getting to a semi-final and a final. You know, the summer's so good when everyone's just together watching the footy. Yeah,
but what I was going to say was if they didn't win, it wouldn't be the end of the world for me. It wouldn't be like summer's over, ruined. I've kind of just expected it.
I'd be gutted. Like even though right now they've not filled me with like too much hope. Well, I've got a little tiny bit of blind hope maybe, which I'll get into. But I will be gutted. Even though I'm kind of right now, they don't look like they're going to go far. I'll still be gutted if they go out in like the 16 or the quarters.
Yeah.
Like for me, they've got to get to the semis at least.
Really?
At least they've got to.
What does that mean for you though? If they do get to the semis, and let's say they go out to a top team.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Does that mean Southgate keeps his job? Does that mean it's a good tournament?
Thought about this on the way up. I've got one for you, right? Answer this for me.
Yeah.
If England won the Euros,
do
you still get rid of Southgate?
No.
Right, okay.
No, I don't.
I was expected to say yeah.
The reason why I say no is because end of the day, in tournament football, it actually doesn't matter how well you play. If you get the result, as in like if you win, you've done the job. You've done what you're supposed to do. I look at United last season, or season just past.
Yeah.
We played horrible. We probably had one of the worst seasons we've ever had. But end of the day, we still won a trophy.
This is what I was throwing it back to. So I think a lot of people would say, yeah, like, not even if we won, move Southgate on, bring a manager in who, then you look forward and go, let's go even further, and then look to try and win the World Cup and make it like a period of dominance.
Dominant period,
yeah. And Southgate, realistically, is probably not the guy to do that. So it's like, do you act on that and bring in a new guy? But then I was going to say, how many people said if Ten Hag wins the FA Cup, keep him as the Man United manager? So it's, I think there'll be a lot of people saying if England win the Euro, still get rid of Southgate.
Yeah.
But same people who were saying if Ten Hag wins the FA Cup, you've got to stick with him. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but to be fair though, after we did win it, I know we're talking a bit about United, but after United did win the FA Cup, the tide did swing a lot.
Yeah.
The tide, the Ten Hag in, that kind of swung a lot to Ten Hag in. So anyway, let us know in the chat if Gareth Southgate, if he does win the Euros, is this, should we keep him?
Yeah, have you seen enough to just get rid of him? Do you know what I mean?
Either keep him or do we get rid of him? The super chat's coming from Tina XD. I want you, Tina XP. She says, I want you guys' opinion as well. Kev versus Mark. Wrestling in Speedos, drenched in baby oil for fundraiser this summer.
You've got too much money, Tina, to be sending those super chats in.
I mean, yeah. Should we give that one to the comments?
Yeah.
Me personally,
I'm that one.
I'm not gonna give any money to that one. Maybe, I don't know, I might come and clap them.
Yeah, just because I've got no bias towards Mark or Kev. That's,
I like
that's what it is.
They're both cool guys.
Nothing to do with the scenario.
I'm not swinging them, but I'm not, I've not got one to pick. So, what are the odds on that one though?
Evens.
Evens?
Yeah.
I feel like Kev might have him,
I don't know. I think I'd have both of them on my own.
I feel like Kev might have him.
I reckon I'd have both of them.
But there's some people saying that they're from Algeria, Australia, we've got Carlisle, England, Norway, obviously UK, Turkey. Where else are you guys from? We've got a couple of places, a lot of, you know what it is, because it's Euros, I don't expect anyone to be from like outside of Europe, but the Copa America is obviously on. So have you been paying attention to that? Are you paying attention to any?
Not yet. I usually do when you get towards the end of the tournament, to be honest. I don't keep fully up to date with the tournament, but once it gets to like a semi-final or the final, or even just whenever you get a good fixture, like whenever you get a good fixture,
like
I'll tune into
Argentina.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tune into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it works the other way around though. I don't think people in South America could be watching the Euros, but
I think they do.
Do you think?
They probably watch European football anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think there's an X factor about South American football, which is like it just appeals to everybody. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We've got some more countries in there though. Cyprus, South America, Finland, Madrid, US, Nairobi, Kenya, Melbourne, Portugal. There's a lot of places. Like I said, a lot of places in Europe. South Africa though, outside of Europe, in Africa. But yeah, going back onto this game, Czech versus Georgia. The other two teams in this group, I think
Turkey and Portugal play at 8 p.m.
They're playing at 8 p.m. What's your thoughts on that game?
That one's going to be interesting for me. I can't wait to see that one because Portugal looked underwhelming and Turkey looked, I don't want to say overwhelming, but you get what I mean. They look better than expected. So, but don't get me wrong though, Portugal will up the game today. Like they'll absolutely up the game today. Yeah. I said it the same way with like Scotland. I mean, when you play so bad in your opening game, this didn't really work for England though, did it? No, they went the wrong way for England. They went worse. But realistically, I think Portugal have got another couple gears to go up. I know people were getting on to Ronaldo. I'll judge it at the end of the group. Do you know what I mean? I'll give it to the end of the group.
I heard a hot take. Someone said Ronaldo's not going to score in his first ever Euros. Not first ever Euros, but this is going to be the first Euros that they don't think Ronaldo's going to score a goal.
He'll score a penalty, at least.
Oh yeah,
at the very least.
He'll take every penalty. He'll take every single penalty.
Yeah.
I'll see if they get one though. But now I think I'm a fan of underdogs.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of underdogs, and because I'm not really supporting Portugal, I want Ronaldo to do well because I'm a Ronaldo fan. I'm a Bruno fan. I'm a Dalot fan. There's a few players in that team that I like. However, if Turkey was to win, Portugal would probably still go through anyway. But I'd like to watch an underdog team be able to beat one of the big teams. That's what I like to see.
I agree with you. I love it. There's always seems to be one as well, doesn't there? Like, you know, most tournaments, there's always one that gets to like a quarter final who you wouldn't really expect. Costa Rica sticks it out in my mind. I don't know when it was. Maybe like 2014 or something like that. I remember Costa Rica had a little run. I think they went out on pens to Netherlands, actually, if my memory's serving me well. I was only about 10 years old. But yeah, there always seems to be one of those teams that Wales got to the semi-finals, didn't they? In 2016.
Or the Euros?
I think Portugal beat Wales in the 2016 semi-final, which you'd have never looked at that Wales. Obviously, Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey are decent players, but you'd have never looked at that Wales team and gone, they can get to the semi-final. So there will be a team, won't there? And Turkey right now look good. I thought Slovakia.
They did.
I thought Slovakia, but they've let me down yesterday.
But just to hold that thought, the teams are up. So the Georgia team, there's a couple players. Well, there's one player in there that I know. I'll be honest, and it's I guess he's playing strike for them. Kavica. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name. Kavica, the guy up top. I think he plays for Napoli. He's a winger. He was one of the players that I thought United were going to go for at one point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he's a proper good right winger for Napoli. And I think the last game, I didn't watch the last game, I watched the highlights. I don't think he had the best game, but...
He's still a threat.
Yeah, he's still definitely a threat. I mean, was that an injury in warm-up?
Who's that? He looks bad as well.
I don't know if you... Was that Kavit? Was that him? Was he the one who limped off? Hopefully he's good enough to carry on playing. Yeah, hopefully he's good enough to carry on playing. I don't know how to pronounce his name, guys. I apologise for anyone who's from Georgia. His last name's too long for me to even attempt, so I just call him by his first name.
Yeah.
I call him by his first name. Someone said it's pronounced Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah, let us know if we've got that right.
Yeah, honestly, I apologise. I apologise. But are there any other underdogs in this tournament that you feel like a hot take? What's your hot take, other than Turkey? What's your hot take for?
It was Slovakia, and maybe I shouldn't change it, because it's only one game. Do you know what? They still got 3 points on the board. I was just going off what I seen from Slovakia against Belgium. Like, even though Belgium were obviously underwhelming, it was more so, but Slovakia looked really well coached. Like, just the way they were knocking the football about. They were playing loads of one-touch football. Yeah. And I just thought they were playing some of the smoothest, like, sleekest football out of all the teams I'd watched. Yeah. So I only watched the first half yesterday, and I thought, yeah, I've got this bang on. Slovakia. It's going to be Slovakia to top the group. And I went to the gym, came back, checked the score, and they got beat. I was actually gutted because I was like, they're you guys, man. I backed them, and they've let me down, so I was gutted.
I did the watch-along with Beth yesterday for that game. And honestly, like you said, in the first half, I'd say for about 30 minutes, they were playing amazing football. A lot of crosses into the box, a lot of opportunities, but they were just wasteful in front of goal. A lot of like missed headers, like I said, a lot of missed chances. And then Ukraine kind of took over from like the end of the second half, and then throughout the whole of the second half, Ukraine just took over, and eventually they got what they deserved, in my opinion. They got a good 2 goals, and they won the game.
So it's about time they performed, because they were underwhelming against. They got beat 3-0, didn't they? Against who was it? Ukraine. Who beat Ukraine?
Someone let us know.
Yeah, they got battered, didn't they? I can't remember who it was, but someone battered them, didn't they?
What, in this tournament?
Yeah,
Romania?
Yeah. Oh, well, Romania. There you go. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So let us know in the comments as well. Who were your underdogs for the tournament? Slovakia. Obviously, I heard a lot of people say that. Turkey. I've heard some people say Hungary.
Hungary. Like, I heard some people saying it, and then I watched them against Germany, and even though it's Germany, like, they were shocking. Like,
they were shocking?
Yeah. I thought they were crap.
A bit underwhelming. I know what you mean.
I just thought I just didn't see anybody on the pitch for Hungary who looked like they could do anything up to scratch. Even Szoboszlai had a shocker.
Yeah.
He had a shocker.
Yeah. What about Switzerland?
Switzerland look all right.
Are they really an underdog?
They're okay. I was shocked when I watched the first game and they didn't play Shaqiri. And then they put Shaqiri in for the second game. How many points did Switzerland win one game and draw? Scotland, they drew against Scotland.
Yeah, drew against Scotland 1-1.
Yeah.
Scott McTominay scored that game.
Yeah. But I was expecting Scotland to get something because of how bad they were in that first game. It's one of those where something drastic had to change, and I was I think I might have said I think Scotland will nick a win almost before the game, but a draw. You know, they're still in the tournament, aren't they? They've got it
Yeah.
all to play for in the last game. And Scotland have got Hungary, haven't they? I think Scotland could beat Hungary.
Yeah.
I think Scotland could beat them.
Yeah, I'm a bit torn on that game. I'm a bit torn. I'm not actually the. Hopefully there's not a lot of Scottish people in the chat, but I'm not the biggest like Scotland fan. I don't think they're never a team that I think, you know what, they're going to go out and take this game and actually win it. But I feel like Hungary, before the tournament, a lot of people were talking about them. And obviously I'm not the biggest Hungary fan. I don't know a lot about the team, but there was a lot of hype around them. So I feel like they could take something against Scotland. I don't know anyway. It'll be an interesting game to see. So I want to know as well in the chat, last night was obviously a big game. France versus Netherlands.
Oh, France-Netherlands, yeah.
Big game, ended up being 0-0.
0-0, yeah.
Bit of a ball fest in my opinion. What was your prediction for that game?
2-2.
Oh, so you thought it was going to be a draw?
I thought it was going to be a draw based on the fact that, do you know what, France, I did, before the tournament, I sat down with Beth and we went through like our predictions for the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them was, which team do you think will be underwhelming, apart from England? It was basically how we worded it. Apart from England, which team do you think will be underwhelming? And I said France.
Ooh.
I said I had a feeling France were going to be underwhelming this tournament, just because of how brightly they've shone. They got to the finals 2016.
Yeah.
They won 2018. Yeah. They got to the they went out 2021 to Switzerland on penalties, I think, but then they got to the World Cup final after that.
Yeah.
I just feel like when you've burnt that brightly for so long, I feel like you're due.
A humbling.
A little bit, yeah. Similar to how, and they've got some old players in there, man. Like Kante's old, Griezmann's old. But I watched them last night against Netherlands, especially in the first half, and they looked mint. Like, they were knocking the ball about quite nicely.
I mean, you say Kante's old, he's been their best player, got 200 matches.
That's what I mean, but when I watched them last night, they looked really good.
Yeah.
Then again, though, with Netherlands, I was kind of leaning towards a Netherlands win, you know. I thought Netherlands win, but Netherlands back line, like, on paper, looks like it could be the best back line in the tournament. But when I watched them against Poland, they're not.
Bit shaky.
Oh, yeah,
but they got Frimpong, they got Van Dijk.
Frimpong doesn't even play. Dumfries plays.
Not Frimpong, he does.
Frimpong, unless they played him last night. Did they play him last night?
They played him last night,
Oh, did they? Dumfries played against...
I'm pretty sure I saw Frimpong, I was going crazy.
Oh, he didn't play against Poland.
Yeah, let me
They might have changed it up.
Yeah,
Someone in the chat, let us know.
I'm pretty sure he played last night, unless I'm going crazy. Let us know in the chat. Shall I try and find the...
He got subbed on against Poland in the first game, but Dumfries started it.
Yeah, so it was... Oh, yeah, Dumfries...
Oh, Frimpong played on the wing?
Yeah, so Frimpong played on the wing. Dumfries...
So where did Javi Simmons... right. Oh, and they dropped Reinders back. Right,
Simmons actually... Remember, did you see the goal that Simmons scored?
Yeah, it's a bit mad, isn't it?
And it got called offside?
Yeah.
I think I've ruined it.
It's harsh, man.
Ruined.
So harsh.
I put up a tweet, I was like, you know what? VAR have finally come and done what they've been doing in the Prem all season and they've ruined the game.
Yeah.
No one wanted to see a 0-0.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see a 0-0 ever. We want to see wins.
Yeah.
And I feel like that Xavi Simmons goal meant so much to him. Like him personally, it was a big goal for him. Like just in his career and everything that's been going on for him, it was a huge goal for him. And to take that away from him was harsh.
Makes you hate football sometimes.
I felt so bad for him, honestly. But yeah, hopefully there's no more poor VAR decisions. There's a few more underdogs here. Albania, people are saying they could be an underdog. Austria, they won. Did they win last night? I think 3-1. I feel like Austria won yesterday.
Do you know what? It was 1-1 when I last checked it.
Yeah, they won 3-1 to Poland.
Yeah.
Someone said Estonia. I don't think they're in the tournament. Of Estonia there. Yeah, everyone's saying that from Prong page yesterday. Yeah. Ukraine. Someone said here, Germany-Spain final. Who is your final prediction?
It was Germany-England.
You predicted England get to the final?
Before the tournament, I did, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
By the way, do you know what? I'm just going to say it, like, I do think there's a little... Let's just talk about England for a little bit now. I do think there's a little tiny, like, glimpse of hope you can take from that Denmark game, you know?
Not for me.
I think there's a little small glimpse of hope. And can put it this way, do you know if England scored a last-minute winner and scammed a 2-1 win after playing terribly, nothing, like, he'd go with the same lineup next game. Whereas I think the fact that there's been so much of an outrage from the media, like, do you know all the pundits, like your Nevilles, Shearer, because there's been so much outrage from the pundits in the media. they'll know about that. Like, obviously they say they'll know about it. I think they'll change. I think they will change the lineup.
You think Southgate will back up?
I think they'll change the lineup. But by the way, like, he's changed the lineup a lot during tournaments before. Do you know the last Euros?
Yeah.
We started off playing 4-2-3-1 like we're playing now. When we came up against Germany, we changed to a back three.
Yeah.
When we came up against Italy, we changed to a back three.
Yeah.
So it's not like completely unheard of for him to change the system halfway through a tournament. He's done it before. Yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me if he changes. Maybe not the system, but the two players people are looking at is Trent and Foden. Like, I said originally to Beth, because Beth was asking me what lineup I'd go with, and I was like, I still put Foden on the left, and Beth was like, but he's rubbish on the left, and I was just like, I just don't see how you can leave Phil Foden out the team though. But then after seeing the game against Denmark, he can't play on the left. Either play him in midfield or bench him, I think. Same with Trent. Either have the balls to play him right back or don't play him at all.
So you would keep Foden on the left?
No, I said I would after the Serbia game.
Oh, but after the Denmark game,
Beth was saying, after the Serbia game, Beth was saying, drop Foden now and put Gordon in.
Okay, yeah.
And I was saying, I just can't.
It hurts you to leave Foden out.
I can't pick the team without Foden.
Yeah.
But with that system, he won't play Bellingham and Foden in the same midfield. I don't think he'll play Foden in midfield non-stop, like full stop. Because do you remember the last World Cup when people this thing about playing Foden in the 10's not new. Like, people have been saying this for years. They said this at the past two tournaments. Do you remember when Southgate came out saying even Pep doesn't play him in the 10? He came out and did this interview talking about, even Pep doesn't play him in the 10, so why would we play him in the 10? But he played him in the 10 this season. He's won Premier League Player of the Season. Yeah. So
the best season he's ever had in his career.
Exactly, but I feel like the fact that Southgate's come out before him and been like, well, he doesn't even play in the 10 for his club. I feel like he just won't play Foden in the 10, which is just madness. Put it this way, if Pep Guardiola took over that England squad today, the first thing he'd do is put Foden in the 10.
He'd do a lot.
I think that's the first thing he'd do, Foden in the 10.
Tina XP, thank you Tina XP for the super chat. She said, Southgate sniffs Sharpies before every match. I mean, I'm not involved in that. I don't know what does that mean? You tell me what that means. I don't know what that means. But I want everyone to put in the chat though, who is your predicted final? Like, who do you guys think is going to be in the final? Are you still keeping your prediction, or do you say you're changing it?
You see, this is the thing though. I think England will still top the group.
Yeah. So you still think they'll go to the final? I
think England will still top the group, and like you get such an easier run when you top the group.
Yeah.
You get but if we top the group, we're going to come up and get probably a third place team in the 16, and then
that third place team could be Belgium.
Yeah, but even then, I'd still back this England team to beat Belgium, probably.
I wouldn't.
Really?
Belgium beat us in the last. What tournament was it where it was like a third and fourth place playoff?
I don't think it'd be like a drastic like.
I don't see why people would be confident that England will beat Belgium. What have England done so far to give them confidence?
Then again, though, I doubt Belgians would be confident that they'd beat England.
It'd be a good game.
Do you know what I mean? Realistically, I don't think they'd be confident either. So.
Let us know who you guys would predict would be in the final. Someone said Kavicha. I'm not going to say his last name. You could pronounce as Kvara. That's how I'm going to pronounce it from now on. Kvara. Hopefully they're not just lying to me. But yeah, I think you can pronounce it as Kvara. So Germany, Spain final, Spain, Germany, France versus Portugal, or France, Germany.
I don't think Germany, Spain's possible because of the bracket.
Yeah.
Whereas Germany, England is possible, Ricky told me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a look over it with Rick, and yeah, he said Germany, England finals actually possible if they both top the group.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. A lot of people saying Spain, Germany can't be in the final. Okay. Foden. Someone said Foden is missing City. Him and Walker think.
Where's Sergio? Where's Haaland? Where's Pep?
Oh,
see, I don't think Walker's been that bad, to be honest with you.
I think Walker's probably been our second best player.
Yeah, I don't think Walker.
After Guehi.
Yeah, Gay by far has been the best one.
Yeah, and Walker.
But to be fair, it's not like saying much, is it? Like, no,
I think he's put in good performances though. I think in general he's put in good performances.
There was a couple bits against Denmark. That's the only thing I can remember where he was. And to be fair though, he made that recovery. He gave the ball away and then he recovered and got back, didn't he?
Which was good.
I thought he was lucky though. I think if that guy had a left foot, he would have scored.
Possibly,
Yeah.
but they didn't.
Yeah,
So
I'm not picking on Gay. I still think he's been the best player. I just think all of them have been terrible. So
yeah, true.
do you know what I mean?
Anyway, so game. I think they're doing the national anthem. I wish I could hear the national anthems. You know, because are you a big fan of the English national anthem?
I don't sing it. That's it. Maybe if I've had like 3-4 Guinness, I might sing it. But like,
there's one team that absolutely scream out their national anthem. Like, look at the passion. You guys are probably watching the game as well at the same time. And these guys got their eyes closed. Like, maybe it's too hot. I don't know. Maybe that's why their eyes are closed. But there's a lot of passion, especially like I always say the Eastern European countries are so passionate about their nation.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I'm watching the national anthem, they're just screaming it out. You can see. Look. Like that's like he's like he's reciting scripture or something like that.
I feel like we obviously take it for granted just being in knockout tournaments. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
These teams don't always get in. So
it means a lot to them. I wish I could actually to hear them. But yeah, I think I've actually not. It's God Save the King now, isn't it? I keep forgetting.
Oh yeah.
I'm about to say God Save the Queen. It's God Save the King now. I mean, R.I.P. Queen Elizabeth, man. Change England national anthem to. I don't know why they changed it to that. Southgate wears shin pads when playing FIFA. Do you think Southgate? Like, I feel like Southgate picks his team on who he would play on FIFA. Like, he probably looks at Trent and thinks,
Foden on the left.
He's got good passing stats. I'm gonna put him into midfield. Change, put like a card, put like a boost on him or something like that.
Do you know what? I got into an argument with Liverpool fans yesterday. You were trying to tell me Trent's a better midfielder than Kobbie Mainoo. I just said, stop watching football, mate. Stop watching. I went, he's not better than Wharton, Mainoo or Gallagher. Like, all of them are better midfielders than him. I was like, I don't even know why you're debating it with me. He's not a midfielder. You know what I mean? I was like,
no, wait, there's no point
even getting into it with me.
There's some funny comments in here. Someone said, Southgate washes his hands after the shower.
Do you know what? That's the best one I've heard. That's actually the best one I've heard.
Southgate washes his hands after he showers.
That's actually the best one I've heard, you know.
Someone says Southgate brings an umbrella to the shower. We're just getting onto Southgate.
Southgate take the minus off on the chase. That's a good one as well.
Southgate wears a life jacket in the bath. Southgate wears... Oh, someone took...
That chase one's quality.
Oh, my voice. Southgate got his coaching badges of champ manager. Maybe he's doing well on Football Manager. Football Manager's a little bit different.
Even then.
Oh, everyone's against Southgate. This is mad as well. Southgate wears the strap when he plays in these sports. You know the bowling one?
Yeah.
Anyway, everyone's getting the Southgate. I feel like I heard Southgate's low. Actually, I'm not even say that. But yeah, the game's about to start. Check your team. They're playing a 3-4-3. I'm not going to go through the names. You already know I'm not that great with the names. But they've got Souček in the team, Kufar.
I was going to say, those are the two main players I've watched before. Oh, Patrick Schick. Someone remind me, right, why am I familiar with... Yeah, Patrick Schick or Schick, something like that. Okay. Someone remind me why I'm familiar with him, because has he scored against United or something in the past?
Everyone scored against United.
I remember seeing him before. I think he had one mint season in the Bundesliga a few years ago. I think 2-3 years ago we had like a 30+ goals and assists season in the Bundesliga, and then like just not done anything since. I think he was literally just a one-season wonder.
Oh, no, some of these comments are actually...
Scored that great goal. Top scorer at the last Euros, that'll be why I know him.
Was it?
That'll be... If that's right, he scored halfway line goal at the Euros. Is that where I remember him from, the Euros? Because I was looking at the lineup and I was like, oh, Patrick Schick, I remember him. But I was trying to figure out...
One of those names that just ping up out of
I was
nowhere.
like, I remember him. I was like, but where do I don't even know where I remember him from. So yeah, Euros apparently.
Anyway, about to kick off, Czech Republic versus Georgia. Let us know your predictions. Obviously, the poll, which was Czech Republic versus Georgia. Georgia win 43%, Czech win 42%. Pretty much even. No one's pretty much, there's no clear winner. So it's 43-42, and then a draw is 15%.
Have you noticed though that it's been quite like fast starts in these tournaments? You know where like the Premier League they'll just like knock the ball back and then go long. Yeah. These teams have just like in the Euros they just go straight into it. Yeah,
and I like that though. I like that. It's good energy. It means that everyone's there's no like this. You know, like when you play football, innit?
Yeah.
You know, like when you start off the game, it's like take it easy. Get into the game a little bit. Nah, these guys kick off the thinking. You know what? We need to do something.
It can wedge you catch the other team off guard. Do you know what I mean? If the other team are going into it thinking take it easy, and then you just go straight into it, catch them off guard.
What was who was the fastest team? The fastest goal again? 23 seconds. Was it Albania?
Yeah, it was
Albania.
against Italy.
23 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to read out some of these Southgate. Southgate. Someone said
Mate, that chase one, and then what was the other one?
the shower one.
Oh, he washed his hands after the shower.
Someone said Southgate hides under the table when there's a. I mean, I would do the same thing. Southgate is the kind of guy to get a vasectomy, still wear a Johnny, and then pull out. That's insane. I don't know why I read that one.
The expression say he wears a Johnny to bed even though he's not sleeping with anyone.
Tina XB, thank you for the super chat. Make sure you guys are sending your super chats as well. Tina XB says Southgate eats dog poop. Oh my gosh.
Tina, you got too much money.
Southgate eats dog poop. Oh, it's deleted. I didn't even get to finish reading it. Alex Roche says, is Fabrizio on the channel this summer? Probably. I mean, transfer's gonna be huge anyway, so so he's here every Monday, every 2 weeks. So you want to look out for Fabrizio. Make sure you subscribe to this channel or United Stand.
Both.
Both. Yeah. So make sure you subscribe to this channel and subscribe to United Stand. Fabrizio's going to be there not every Monday, every 2 weeks on a Monday. But early chance for Czech Republic overhead kick. Is it going to be?
Oh, the keeper's done well.
Ball still in play. They could get one more chance from this. Czech's gone off to a good start.
One more in the box.
Keeper's going to claim that. He has to claim it. Oh, he's punched it to a corner.
Bit nervy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone's a bit nervy.
If in doubt, get it out. But let's see that. A long throw into the box. Wow. Rory Delap. Keeper, good save with feet. De Gea-esque. And then another
You'd
good
expect
save.
him to save it probably though, wouldn't you?
That's two good opportunities early in the game. But Czech Republic got a corner right now. And let's see what they do. That's a good opener. Good opening to the game. There's too many. I'm not even going to read out the Southgate ones anymore.
I think we've had the best ones.
Yeah, we've had the best ones.
That shower one's new. I've not heard that shower one before.
Yeah.
Ooh, good chance. That might have been shit, that.
Keeper's made another save. But actually, you know what I want you guys to do in the comments? Let me know your biggest hot takes for the Euros.
Yeah, throw them at me because I had a couple hot takes when I was on with Beth the other day and I got some stick in the chat. I got some.
Why, what were they?
One of them, right, I don't think it's that mental, you know. Like, I really don't think it's that mental thing to say. I said Kobbie Mainoo's United's best player.
Yeah, I mean, that's not really a Euros hot take, but that is, in terms of what, ability?
Because I was trying to back him up to, you know, get game time for England.
Yeah.
And I said, he's Manchester United's best midfielder. And Beth straight away went, he's not better than Bruno. And I went, I think he is.
I've been saying all season, to be fair.
I think he's a better midfielder than Bruno. And there's nothing against Bruno. Bruno was like, you could argue Bruno was the most important player because remember when we didn't play Bruno and then we didn't create any chances.
Yeah, for like
I just think, do you know when you look at like football intelligence, there's no way Mainoo's got less football intelligence than Bruno Fernandes.
No, I think technical ability. You're talking about just the basics of football, the foundations, the first touch, even like a simple 5-yard pass. These little things. Mainoo is definitely our best player, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that the reason why players like Eriksen and some of these other players, the reason why they're even in the team is because they have that technical ability, which I think Mainoo has anyway. Yeah. So all those things, the only thing with like players like Eriksen and Bruno is that creative spark because they do play a bit further forward, so they can make those like riskier passes and they can break the lines and whatnot. But obviously Mainoo, I mean, he kind of being forced to play as a 6 a lot of games, so he's very deep into the pitch. So we've not really, in my opinion, we've not really seen the best of Mainoo because he's been forced to play with a bunch of scrubs half of the time that's playing terribly. So I feel like put Mainoo in this England midfield. I mean, we saw what he did against Belgium, that one game he played, that one game he started.
But then he got loads of stick then because of the Iceland game, didn't he? Like, I don't think he played well against Iceland. I didn't watch it, but apparently he didn't play well against Iceland. But you know, to not give him a look in because of one friendly game is a bit mental.
It's ridiculous. I mean, everyone was saying, Rice. What did they say now? That he kind of left Rice exposed. In my opinion, Mainoo had a better game than Rice.
Do you know what? There's two ways you could look at Joe. If you're going to throw in, there's another take. I said I didn't rate Rudiger at Chelsea, and I got loads of stick for that.
Why?
I
didn't rate Rudiger?
When I watched him at Chelsea, I thought he was crap. I got they did a poll. It was like 99-1.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's like 99.
I can't.
It's like 99 to 12, so I was like, I'm just gonna shut up.
I'll be honest, I actually can't defend you on that one.
I was just like, I'm just gonna stop
defend
talking.
I can't defend you on that one. Rudiger was crap at Chelsea.
That's what I said.
That's why he went to Real Madrid.
No, that's what I said. This is what I said. So do you know when? Right, I'm not even going to keep talking about it for that long. But I said because Beth said the same thing, and I went, yeah. When Real came in from, I laughed.
And it worked out for them.
I know, I just did at the time though. I just didn't rate him at Chelsea, but it is what it is, isn't it? I remember saying when he won the Champions League, it's a joke that Rudiger's a Champions League winner.
But he was great. Rudiger.
Do you know what I think? Do you know
against City? Rudiger, I think he gave away the penalty. I'm not gonna lie, but he had a great game.
Do you know
and
what?
He scored a winner penalty.
Do you know what I think it was? Maybe I'm just judging it off like when he first joined Chelsea under Lampard.
Yeah.
And like he had a few shockers and then didn't really play. He was just out of favour. I don't know whether I've just like based my entire opinion off him off that, but you know, let's just stop talking about it.
Yeah,
mate.
that one. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even defend you on that one.
What I was going to get into was. Either way, do you know if you're going to start? I think you've got to throw in a different midfielder into the England team.
Yeah.
I think you can do it two different ways. I think you could put Wharton in as a 6.
Yeah.
And let Rice play in the 8. Because I think Rice plays better as an 8 anyway for Arsenal. Yeah. I think Rice plays better for Arsenal when he's got Jorginho next to him. So you could do it that way and let Wharton play in the 6. Or...
Ooh. Is that handball?
He's saying shoulder. Ref's saying shoulder.
I want to see a VAR on that one at least. Let's see it.
Yeah, not for me.
Yeah,
or the other option is you keep Rice in the 6 and play Mainu as an 8. There's two different ways you could do it, and even as a United fan, if it was Wharton, I'd still be buzzing. Like either way they do it, I'd be buzzing. I said I'd personally go with Mainu because I think he's got more experience than Wharton, and that doesn't necessarily mean game time. What it means is the bloke was man of the matches in an FA Cup final against the best midfield in the world. Yeah. Like that counts for something.
The level that he's played at, even though Wharton's played well, Maine's done well at a high level.
He's got bollocks, mate. He's got a set of bollocks on him, which, you know, people say, oh, you can't play him in a knockout tournament. He's not got the experience. Well, he's done it in an FA Cup final against the best midfield in the world. Tournament. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why. But don't get me wrong. Even if Wharton was in there, I'd still be buzzing to see Wharton because I think he's quality. Czech
Republic are putting pressure on Georgia right now. I think Georgia's done I don't know who made that tackle just then, but it was a goal-stopping tackle. But Czech are putting in some good balls. They're getting in behind. I'm surprised they've not had a goal yet. It's been 8 minutes, but they've definitely put a lot of pressure on them. And like I said before the game as well, like this is a must-win for both teams. Both teams lost the first game. Like I said before, unfortunately they both lost the first game. I think both of them would be kind of punching themselves, thinking.
The Czech are doing this long throw-in, aren't they?
Yeah, they both probably punched themselves after the first game, thinking we could have got a result, even if it was a draw. So I'm surprised that.
Who's that number? Who's it? Number 7 for Georgia. Who's that?
Let me look on here. Oh, is it my guy, Kvara? Is it Kvara?
Jeez.
I think it's Kvara. I told you he's a baller. That's the player to watch for this game.
Yeah.
That's the player to watch because that was very naughty. that was very, very naughty.
Yeah.
So what are you saying about Wharton and Maney? You take Maney in
either one of them, mate. Like I literally don't care. Like Mainu or Wharton. Like you said, you can play Wharton as a 6 and let Rice go further up the pitch, playing as an 8. Yeah. Which you'll unlock Rice a little bit, so England will benefit that way. Or you put Mainu in there, who again I think England will benefit, and you keep Rice as a 6 and let Mainu as the 8. George with a chance, he's been pulled down. Don't think the ref's having any of it. It was one of those, that one where it looked like he might have been going down anyway, but we'll have a look at the replay.
Let's see if I don't think VR gonna step in.
Yeah, George asking for a penalty. We've not seen the replay yet. We'll let you know.
But they got through again. Maybe it's a bit more. It actually is a little bit more end to end than I actually thought it was. I want to see an early goal. Like, did we do a score prediction? We didn't do a score prediction, did we?
No, we didn't.
What, just a score prediction?
I don't really know.
I always think, I want to see goals.
I don't think it'll be a draw. Do you know what'll be good though? Do you know if this game's like 1-1, the last 10 minutes will be insane,
Both teams
are flying. Yeah, that's what I'm going to hope for.
Though. Here's a replay. He gets into the box.
He has got... No, not enough.
I feel that's a 50-50.
Yeah,
they're both kind of going down at the same time. Both of them are off balance. Yeah. I would.
It's one of them weird ones where, like, if his leg kind of got in the way of his leg, he might have given it, but because it's just like a shoulder collision.
I mean, in the Premier League, the referees over there would have given it because Premier League refs are horrible.
Yeah.
In fact, wasn't that Premier League referee last night against both
Was it Taylor?
Netherlands? It probably was.
Was it Taylor or Hooper?
It probably was.
I don't think Michael Oliver was reffing yesterday.
I'm pretty sure it was a Premier League ref last night. Even though I don't know, I'm pretty sure it was.
I think Michael Oliver might have been reffing yesterday.
Yeah. So Tina XP with another super chat. She's giving a lot of super chats, today.
Oh. Payday.
Look what she said.
Yeah. Minus offer on the chase.
To the minus offer on the chase. That is hilarious. Yeah, it was Taylor. Look, Premier League referees, man. I mean, it's not a coincidence. It's really not a coincidence.
I can't believe they even let Premier League referees anywhere near.
Honestly.
The worst refs in Europe.
Remember when Howard Webb was like the best referee in the world? And he woke up the champions. Was it the World Cup final? 2010?
Yeah.
2010?
I think so. It might have been 2014. It was one of them.
It was because it was the Netherlands-Spain one.
Spain one. Yeah. Netherlands-Spain was 2010.
2010. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen Anthony Taylor. But yeah, I actually want to watch this game because it's a pretty interesting game. So. I mean, you've not really had a chance to speak about England a lot. Obviously, you spoke about the midfield with Mainu.
Mainu. Yeah, for me, I think he'd probably go Gallagher, though. I think he'd put Gallagher ahead of him, but I wouldn't.
I want you to talk about your back three scenario that you've been talking about.
Like, literally, so I spent ages, because I was on stream, and I seen Goldbridge playing this, like, Euros thing on FIFA, like, where you just do it's like career mode, but you just do, like, the Euros tournament.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll give that a go. And I was looking at that team, and I spent like 2 hours literally just chatting to people in the chat, like talking about different ways England could do it. And the more I looked at that 4-2-3-1, the whole thing is like, how do you get Foden in the 10? How do you get Trent in there but not in the midfield? And like the more I looked at it, I decided I think this England squad's way more suited to a back three still. Like they played the back three in 2018, got to a semi-final. They played the back three in the two biggest games in the Euro 2020 run. When they got Germany in the 16, they switched to a back three. When they got Italy in the final, they switched to a back three. So it's not like England haven't played a back three before. They played it for ages.
Yeah.
I think you get to have Trent in his best position, and you get to have Foden in his best position. And I think just by having those two players in their best positions, you just see it. I think you'd see a 10 times better England. Plus, I think with the extra centre-back in there, you can play Mainu and Foden, Bellingham and Foden in the same midfield without having to worry about the game being too wide open. I think with the current system, you won't see Bellingham and Foden in the same midfield at any point in the tournament. I don't think you'll see it, because I just think the game would be too wide open. But I think with an extra centre-back in there... Explain,
because you said a lot of names, but I feel like for people to actually visualise what you're saying, explain like what the plays are in what position.
Right. This would be my England line up in a back three, right? So listen in, because there's a big call in there which some people aren't going to like, but it is what it is.
Go on. Because
someone's got to go. So obviously Pickford in net.
Yeah.
I'd go Gay as your left centre-back, Stones as your central centre-back, and Walker as your right centre-back.
Yeah.
Because Walker has played right centre-back for England loads of times. He's done it in 2018 World Cup, he's done it in the Euros, he's done it loads. I'd have Trent as your right wing-back.
Yeah.
I'd play wing-backs, that's what I'd do. I'd play Trippier as your left wing-back, because realistically there's no one else, is there?
Yeah. Saka.
This is
Saka could play left wing-back.
Do you know what? Yeah, I said this yesterday, I just don't think he'd do it.
He wouldn't, but he definitely can though.
He can do it, yeah. Well, listen, I'd have Rice, Bellingham, and then Foden in the 10. And people go, well, playing Bellingham as a holding. No, this is where Pep would come in. And Bellingham can go forward, and John Stones will do his finger dropping in the midfield. And I'd have Kane up top, and I'd put Ollie Watkins next to him. Because right now in that England squad, there's nobody. Kane's always going to get on the ball. Kane's always going to drop in and get on the ball and try and play a ball in behind. Yeah. There's no runners. Yeah. Foden doesn't run. Saka doesn't run. They both want the ball to feet. Yeah. Ollie Watkins would run. So that'd be my England team. Saka would miss out just because of the system.
That's harsh.
I know, but if it wasn't Saka, I'd be saying Foden misses out, or I'd be saying Bellingham misses out. Like, someone's got to miss out.
The problem is
I'd be saying Trent's got to miss out. I think Trent's probably the most likely one, but I'd try and get Trent in the team, just not in midfield.
But I think it just depends on who do you think is more valuable to the team. In my opinion, Saka's one of, if not the most valuable player in that attack. because he's had the best performances in the past 3 tournaments.
I understand
so
it.
to leave out Saka, if you were actually Southgate and you were to do what you just said and leave out Saka and we were to lose, you know what the headline's are going to be.
I understand
we left out Saka, our best player, and we lost.
Yeah, I understand
you know
it.
What I mean?
But I just think the system should change. And I think Saka just doesn't fit into that system, does he?
Yeah.
Then again, though, like Saka played a good bit of football at the Euros, but there were some games he got dropped for Sancho. Like he didn't play every game at the Euros. I think it was the quarters or something like that. Sancho came in over him, so like it can work. If England come up against like a top side, like a Spain or something, I'd play back three.
Okay, let me ask you. I want to do a poll on this as well. This is more of a realistic scenario.
Yeah.
If Southgate had to drop one player in the next game, is he going to drop? Would you drop Trent or would you drop Foden?
Both.
If you had to drop one player in the next game, would you drop Trent or would you drop Foden? Because in my opinion, they've both been a little bit, I say underwhelming, but they've not been what we thought they were going to be.
They've been set up to fail though. Like
I think they're the 2 players where people think there's better players in their position. A lot of people say Anthony Gordon will play better in that position.
Yeah, there's 3 better midfielders than Trent on the bench, and you've got Anthony Gordon on the wing. By the way, the fact that Jack Grealish didn't go is just absolutely like... Insane. I said it before the tournament, I said I can't believe he's not took Grealish, and the more it's going on, I'm just like, being proven right. How could he not take Jack Grealish? Really don't get it. For me, I didn't understand it either. He holds down that left wing spot for me.
He took 3 strikers, even though he knows he's going to play Kane every game. you know how crazy that is.
I know. Do you know what I think as well though with Grealish? Like, I think it's getting to the point where Jack Grealish is underrated. You know, I genuinely think it's getting to the point where he's underrated.
Underrated?
Yeah.
The £100 million player?
No, price tag aside. Okay. Like if we're just looking at him as a player, face value, forget the price tag. I don't think he's getting the credit he deserves, you know.
For what?
Because, look, put it this way, do you know if England were playing Spain, Germany, Netherlands, a team like that, Jack Grealish should be the first name on the team sheet for me. Genuinely, he'd be the first name on the team sheet for me. Yeah, because who better in that squad looks after the ball better than Jack Grealish? Who would you trust on the ball to not lose the ball? Literally, there's no one else in that team. Maybe Mainoo's probably the closest one. But I think Grealish is the one who looks after the ball the best in that entire squad.
So you're saying he's underrated for England as a footballer? Are you including City in that as well?
I think he's a footballer, yeah.
In your including City as well, he's underrated?
I think he's underrated.
I
just don't think he gets the credit he deserves.
I don't think he's underrated. I think he's... Let me not say he's overrated, actually. That's a stretch. But I think he's rated perfectly fine. Like, I don't think there's any... Because... In my opinion, City could do without Grealish. And that's not to say that City are miles better without him, but if Grealish was to get injured for 10 games, no one's thinking, oh, City are missing out without Grealish on the wing. They still got Doku, they could still play Foden on the left wing. Foden would play better in that City team on the left wing.
Doku is quality, though.
Doku's quality, you know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, his impact into that City team, I thought when Grealish went to City, that was it. I thought this was going to be Champions League, treble in the first season. He went to City. They dropped Sterling for him. He went to City. They won the league, obviously. City, they're going to win the league regardless.
And the treble.
That was a year after when Haaland came.
Oh, yeah.
So that season that Grealish came in, he didn't necessarily have that big of an impact.
To be fair, though, if you look at it that way, the season which he played the most football was the treble season.
Was it?
Yeah, he played the most football.
I feel like Doku had a bigger impact last season.
Out of all of those seasons, the treble season was one where Grealish played the most.
Well, I don't know the numbers, but I feel like Doku had a huge impact last season. Not last season, the season before that. Because he didn't win the treble last season.
Yeah.
The season before that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
last season when they won the league, Doku had more of an impact. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. But the season before when they won the treble, Doku wasn't even there yet, was it? That was when Grealish played the most football and they won the treble. It's really hard to argue with that, in my opinion.
Kyle Robertson said Grealish is a prisoner at City. To be fair, you know what? Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say this as well. That like Grealish would obviously be better if he was in a different team because he would have more freedom to actually play the way he wants to play. Because the way he played for Aston Villa is the reason why everyone rated him anyway. Because he was. I think he created the most chances in the league that when he was playing for Villa. He was one of the most exciting players. That's what got him into the England team, playing for Villa. and now he plays for City and he's not in the England
But
team.
what gets me what would get him in the team for me is the fact that he's the hardest player to move off the ball out of anyone in that squad. He's the hardest player to move, and I think that's so valuable against a team like Germany, Spain. Like people, I heard people saying all he does is pass backwards and sideways, and I'm just thinking, what would you rather the other team have the ball? Do you know what I mean?
But you tell me now, is that a more difficult thing to do than what, for example, a player like Saka's doing? Obviously, Saka's on the other side, but what Saka's doing for Arsenal, that's a pass back. Is that not a pass back?
I don't know if it came off his knee, maybe.
Oh, I was thinking that must be a pass back. But yeah, what Saka's doing for Arsenal, where he's creating chances, getting assists, getting goals, and he's keeping the ball, surely that is more difficult to do than what Grealish is doing, where, he gets a couple goals, a couple assists, but...
It's not the goals and assists that get him in for me, though. For me personally.
But I want a player that can do both.
Yeah, which I suppose Saka does. But I'd have Saka and Grealish in there.
I mean, yeah.
I'd have both of them in there.
Also, your dream, ideal right wing, left wing, Saka on the right, Grealish on the left.
Yeah, if you're playing that 4-2-3-1, then Saka is like one of the first names on the team sheet. Like if you're not playing the, obviously that back three that I was talking about, it's got nothing to do with moving Saka out the team. It's just he doesn't fit into that system.
Yeah.
If you're playing a 4-2-3-1, then Saka's one of the first players that anybody picks. Do you know what I mean?
And
it's got him.
I think he's counting it. Yes, 1-0 to Czech Republic. There's a bit of a scrappy goal, but they all count. They all count. Georgia probably looking at himself, punching himself after that goal, because that goal is not needed, not a necessary goal, because that could have easily been avoided. It was a long throw again. That long throw is really coming in clutch for them. I can't lie. It's like another corner for them, pretty much.
They've been doing it all game.
They've been doing it all game, but it's managed to work off. Referees...
There's a little dispute about the goal. I'm not sure what it is yet.
We'll wait to see exactly what's going to happen, but long throw in from Czech Republic. It takes a little deflection. Keeper makes a good save, but then I think he follows through.
It's just come from that throw, man. It's just a bit of a scramble.
He's shot, keeper saved it, and it's hit him in the face, and it's gone in. Surely ref's got to keep that. Why would he turn that over?
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. Oh, did it hit his hand? Did it hit his hand on the way in? Yeah, he's checking VAR. He's checking VAR. I think he might have hit his hand just on the way in. This is going to be a big decision in this game.
Let's see how long the... No, there's nothing. They're going to have to, aren't they? They're going to have to get rid of it.
It's going to be disallowed.
Yeah, they're going to get rid of it. It's very similar to Germany scored the other day. I think it was Doku. I think it hit Doku's hand for one of the Lukaku goals. Yeah, he's got rid of it. He has to.
Disallowed handball.
He has to get rid of it.
Yeah, when you see the other angle on a replay, you can see it clearly.
Yeah.
It hits off his hand.
I think the same happened to Doku the other day for one of Lukaku's disallowed goals.
Yeah. Tough for Czech, but it's a positive sign though. I think the Czech Republic fans are thinking, you know what, at least we know this is working, because them long throw-ins.
Yeah, that long, they'll score from one of those throw-ins again.
Can you score from a throw-in?
I wonder if anyone's done it before.
Someone has to touch it before it goes in. Okay. How did Rory Delap not score a goal?
He used to just spam them, didn't he?
Those throw-ins, everybody who watched Premier League football back in, I call it Barclays Heritage, them days, you would know exactly what I mean by Rory Delap. Yeah. Them throws were absolutely mental.
Yeah.
But yeah, still 0-0, 25 minutes gone past. From what I've seen anyway, Czech Republic could probably have the better chances. But it's still pretty open though. Still pretty open. So let's see what they can do. Let us know in the chat what you think so far this game. Who do you think, in you guys' opinion, who do you think is going to win? Who do you think has been the better team so far? Yeah, we did a score prediction. I didn't actually give our score prediction.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to say, rather than a prediction, I'm just going to hope that it stays as a draw for as long as possible, because I'd love to see that last 10 minutes, just the fireworks of that last 10 minutes where both teams are just dying to get something. It's literally going to be end to end.
Yeah. So what's your opinion on, because you spoke about Grealish on the left. Are you not a Rashford Sterling kind of, they should have been here? More
so, I would have said Sterling over Rashford.
On the left or the right?
Do you know what? It's funny because when England played the free back, he played up top as a striker with Kane.
Yeah.
And they looked decent.
Yeah.
And I think Watkins is the one who could do that role, similar to Sterling. I think even though Sterling didn't have a good season for Chelsea, I think it was really harsh to overlook what he's done for England.
Yeah, and the fact that he mentioned Calvin Phillips, even though in my opinion Sterling's been better than Calvin Phillips for England, is insane. Yeah.
And by the way, Mainu and Wharton are better players than Calvin Phillips.
Miles better.
So I just think he's an idiot for saying that. So that is so clueless to come out and say that. It's so obvious you're going to get ripped apart for saying that.
I think it's disrespectful. It's so disrespectful to the players that you picked. You picked these players. Because think about it, if Southgate's in that dressing room or in that changing room, he's saying to those players, look, you guys all deserve to be here. That's why I picked you.
Yeah.
But in the press conference, he's saying, well, actually...
We ain't got Calvin Phillips.
Actually, not none of them, but a couple of them ain't good enough. That's why I'm not picking them for the team.
Good football from Czech. I think he was offside anyway.
It was good football, though.
Good football, though, from Czech.
One-touch football in behind. Sterling carried the 2021 Euros, facts.
Yeah, he did.
Best player in the team.
100%.
I think he probably had more goals than Kane at one point, and Kane got a few penalties.
Regardless, he was a better player. Regardless, Sterling was the best player at the last Euros, 100 million %.
Yeah, my opinion, I think.
And maybe even arguably it's 2018. You know, you could probably make a case for him being the best player 2018 at the World Cup.
I wouldn't argue against it. I wouldn't argue against it.
Maybe I know Maguire was decent, but I think it'd probably be between Maguire and Sterling, maybe.
I mean, that's what got Maguire to move to United.
Yep.
Like £80 million move.
Maguire was good in the Euros as well. I think
he's been good for England.
He was in the team of the tournament.
He's been good for England in general.
I thought England would really miss him, but Mark Gay's been more than capable of filling in.
I think Maguire's punching himself right now, thinking.
Right, for not getting himself fit for it.
Not even that. He's thinking, Gua's put in a good performance. He's young.
That's probably Maguire's.
23 years old. Yeah. Naturally, he might get a big move this summer. He might come to United.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I actually don't know. But he could get a big move this summer from Crystal Palace. If he does get that big move and he's playing for a big team, playing on a high level next season, that could be it for Maguire, in my opinion. Unless he did like a back three and play all three of them.
Yeah.
But
even then, though, they wouldn't, because Walker would go in that back three. Walker doesn't get dropped whatsoever. No matter what system they play, good effort from Czech right at the keeper, though.
Do you not feel like Walker... There's a few players in that team that, in my opinion, they've got one more tournament left. Just because of age. Walker is... Let me see how old Kyle Walker is. He's a great... He's still probably one of the best... He's still probably the best right back in the league, arguably the world. He's 34 years old.
Then again, though, like...
How many more Euros do you want him to play? He's probably got one more Euros in him,
but
if that.
Until he slows down, and I don't mean slows down as in pace, I just mean until he falls off, until he stops performing, you'd still pick him, wouldn't you? It's like...
I'm not picking a 38-year-old Walker in the Euros. This is his last... In my opinion, this is his last Euros.
How old's Tony Kroos, though?
36.
It's different. I mean, it's different level, though,
different level. I'm not even going to put Kroos in.
We ain't even going to get
34.
into that.
Kroos is 34.
I'll get ripped.
And in my opinion,
look how good Kroos is.
In my opinion, Kroos is retired early.
Oh yeah, he does not have to retire at all.
He's been probably one of Germany's best players.
Still
won the Champions League
he's still
as a regular.
Top 3 midfielders in the world.
100%.
He's probably top 3 midfielders in the world still.
And Modric is still playing at 37, but again, different class. We're talking about tier 1 legends of football.
The whole point of bringing Kroos into it was that, no matter how old they're getting on, just judge it on how they're performing. Do you know what I mean? And Walker's not really shown too many signs yet of
slowing down.
Yeah, necessarily. It's when you see players start dropping clangers, regularly. That's when it's
time to go.
Yeah, that's
like Casemiro.
Yeah, that's when the time's coming to an end, and Walker's not really doing that yet. So
Casemiro must feel like, how did I end up being this one out of the three of us? Like Kroos and Modric.
Yeah.
Just won a Champions League.
Yeah, and he's way younger.
Both playing the Euros.
How old's Casemiro? 31, 32, something like that. I'm sure I think he's younger than both of them.
Let me see. Casemiro. 32.
Yeah.
But considerably younger. I think Modric. Let me see how old Modric is actually.
About 37.
38.
Wow.
32 to 38, and Modric is unfortunately. Yeah.
That's madness.
People say Pepe's 41. Who's the oldest player at the Euros? It has to be Pepe.
Pepe there, yeah.
Pepe for Portugal, yeah. It has to be Pepe. Yeah, 41's insane.
Is he actually 41?
That's what the chat say.
I remember watching him against Arsenal in the Champions League this year. I didn't know he was 41 though.
He is. What? He is. 41.
That's madness, mate.
That is insane.
That is madness.
He's 41, Lamine Yamal's 16.
Do you know what? Just someone in the chat talking about Trippier. Do you know Newcastle? Like, I'm hearing a lot from Newcastle fans that Trippier shouldn't be in the team, you know.
Oh, they're not rating
it's only really Newcastle fans I'm hearing it from, but I've heard... I was speaking to a Newcastle fan yesterday, and he said he would have rather had Dan Burn, though, over Trippier.
Dan Burn?
Yeah.
Oh, they actually done... I'll be honest, England, man, our defenders need to step up.
Then again, though, it's like, who else goes?
They've been looking
Mitchell.
at Dan Burn and like Trippier and... Even no disrespect to these guys, and they're good Premier League players.
It's the one position, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
like, compared to all the other ones.
You look at France, and they've got like... What? They've got Saliba.
Yeah.
They've got Hernandez. They've got who did they play yesterday? Upamecano.
Yeah.
Everyone said I look like him apparently. Who else have they got?
Do you know what someone said in the chat before? I don't know if you said it. Someone said Paddy the Baddie and Ngannou. What's it? But you're halfway through talking, so I didn't mention it.
They've got Kanate. They've got what was said about? They've got a few like they've just got proper world class top, maybe not world class, but top elite centre backs.
Yeah.
And England is like they're just struggling. Like we're just looking around like who's available. But yeah, and what I was gonna say though about Kyle Walker is he's 34. Harry Kane he's in his 30s.
About 32 maybe.
Harry Kane
31, 32.
30.
Oh, 30. Wow.
30. Yeah, I can't lie, he's younger than I thought he was. I thought he was getting on. I thought Harry Kane was like 33. He's only 30. Oh, fair enough. I genuinely thought he was getting on. But do you not think that like eventually it's gonna be time for one of these guys to kind of just take a back seat and let one of the younger, more energetic strikers take?
Yeah, well, I think what they'll do though, I think what they'll end up doing is just I think they'll keep Kane in there for years and just facilitate him, like playing like a Watkins next to him or something like that. Because to be fair, I don't think the way Kane plays, I don't think it'd be too, like, I don't think him getting old will take too much of a hit on it. Kane's never been fast, like ever.
Yeah.
And he's always, do you know that thing where, I've seen people complaining about Kane dropping in the midfield. The other day, he's done that forever. That's like his entire career has been based on.
But to play in midfield is different though.
No, he's not playing in midfield, but the whole thing, like Kane, when he drops in midfield and picks up the ball, he's done that forever. Like that's literally what his entire career has been based on. He was so good at Spurs because he had. It's interesting how they do the sound, like the chip in the ball now to see if there's a touch on the ball. Have you seen that?
Wow,
there's a chip have you not seen this? There's a chip in the ball to pick like a microphone and it'll like detect if there's a sound. So if there's like one where it looks like it could be a handball but they're not sure, it'll tell you whether the ball was touched.
That is insane.
That's madness, isn't it?
That is 2024, lads. The game's changing. Yeah. That is crazy.
Like what I was saying about Kane, like he's always played that way where he drops in and gets on the ball. It's just at Spurs he had Son running for him and at England he had Sterling running for him. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
So so he kind of, that energy kind of gets put into other players.
I watched Bayern in the I can't remember what Bayern game it was I watched not long ago. He does the same thing for Bayern.
Georgia through. Can he put a good ball in the box?
Ooh, that was a bit dodgy, wasn't it?
I'm not gonna lie, the past like couple minutes, Georgia have been putting in some decent opportunities. I'm not gonna lie, they've been putting in some good opportunities. Game's very, very back and forth. I can't really call it right now, I'll be honest.
Do you know what I want to hear a little bit from you?
Yeah.
Do you know before when we spoke about dropping Trent or Foden?
Yeah.
Who would you drop?
So the poll for if you had to drop one player, who would it be? Trent is 68%.
I find it hard to pick.
And Foden's 32%. So pretty much like a third.
I find it hard to pick. I was giving Trent stick the other day because people were arguing about it, but I want Trent in the team, just not in midfield. Like I just don't like. I'd love Trent to be in the team. It just can't. It can't be in midfield.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry if you get. It's the same with Foden. I want Foden in the team, but it can't be on the wing.
Wait, what's going on here?
I think it's a bit of a thing in the box where they're going to retake the corner. Okay. Just a bit of a push and shove in the box. Yeah, I want these players in the team. Like automatically, as soon as you say bench Trent, you get told, oh, it's because you're a United fan. No, I want him in the team, just not in midfield.
I like Trent. Actually, like,
Mate,
I think he's world class.
He's one of the most technically gifted English players of all time. Like, if you can get him in the team, get him in the team.
That's a strong
but
statement.
don't just shove him in midfield to get him in. Do you know what I mean? It's like how they played Scholes on the wing.
Yeah.
I can't believe England are doing the exact same things they did 20 years ago. And everyone's always talked about how, like, Michael Carrick should have played in midfield for that England side, or like another midfielder to bring some balance.
Yeah.
And we're still doing the same thing.
Yeah.
We're still shoving players into a team.
Yeah, like, you're literally right, because I've heard that Michael Carrick thing a lot as well.
Yeah, like you hear it all the time, like people saying if they played Carrick, there would have been more balance. You know, rather than shoving Lampard, Gerrard and Scholes all into
And
the
Beckham.
same team. And Beckham, like, do you know
And they put Shearer and Owen up top. That was a bit earlier, actually. But I think they're putting Rooney and Owen up
the
top.
thing is, we're still doing the same thing, just with different set of players.
Trying to fit all the best players into 11. I honestly feel like, I said this before, but if England were to have known, like, forget the names.
Oh, look at these stats, by the way. Czech are dominant in terms of attempts. Like,
But Georgia, I'll be
absolutely.
honest, with what I've been seeing, Georgia's been getting through. They've just not been.
They had that strong. They had that fast start the first 2-3 minutes, didn't they?
I'm actually surprised by them stats, because what is going on here? Two players are just absolutely clatting
For
over the ball.
Czech look. Oh, I didn't think that was a foul. Czech look aggressive though, don't they?
Yeah, they do. But what I was going to say was, I feel like if you took names,
Yeah.
forget names, forget the big names, because obviously a lot of the English players are huge names in football. Take the names out of the team, and you just picked a team based on
The system, basically.
system.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a very different team to what like Southgate would have picked, or what most people would pick.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you just looked at the abilities and the attributes that certain players have, they work obviously better with other players, and the names kind of distort what people think. I think a lot of these guys wouldn't make it into an England team if the name wasn't so big, because it adds like a pressure to have to put them in regardless. Like, for example, like we spoke about the midfield anyway. We spoke about how Amaki Mainu, his attributes would put him in the team first.
Yeah.
His attributes would put him in above.
Like a Gallagher or something.
Yeah, like way over a Gallagher.
And you can make the same argument for Wharton. Like, he's a different type of midfielder to what England have.
And the thing with international football is, I'll be honest, the big names aren't necessarily always the players that are going to get you the trophy. Look at Germany, their top goal scorer is closer.
Yeah.
Someone tell me how many teams, what was close to biggest club moments?
I think, he was at like Fiorentina or something,
Yeah,
like Lazio or something like that. Like,
it's not always the
I think
biggest names that
I
get
think
you
he
over
might
the
have.
line.
I think he might have had a stint at Bayern around the time.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I was young, man.
It's not always
I was really young,
the
man.
massive names that are going to get you over the line. Sometimes it's I want to say smaller players, but the ones that aren't necessarily as known.
Yeah.
That just fit the system perfectly.
Do you know what
that
I
can
was
make you win.
like? There is a lot. Like, so obviously when I was debating, I was on stream for like 2 hours last night. I didn't even play a game. I just ended up debating with people for 2 hours because I feel like I had this like light bulb moment. You know, when I looked at the back three and I was like, figured it out, man. I figured it out. Put me in charge. But like, I was debating with everyone. There's a lot of people who think like you can't leave Palmer out. But I just think I just think over who?
You can't leave him out.
Like Palmer over who?
You can leave him. It's like I said before. If you were to put him in, you'd have to change everybody else around him.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he works in Chelsea because the team kind of suits him.
Yeah.
Like, the players around him, it makes what he does better. And obviously, I get he scores a lot of penalties, whatnot. That's just how football works, isn't it?
Yeah.
Penalty taker takes a penalty, as simple as. But someone like him, he would work again. Put players around him that work well with his style of play. Foden, he would work amazingly. He'd be the best player in his team if you put players around him that would suit the way he plays. Same Harry Kane.
Thank God you said that because I was banging on about it so much. I said literally just by putting Foden, even if you don't change the system, just by putting Foden in the 10, I'm sure you'll see like a 5 times better England, you know.
Yeah.
Just by putting Foden in the 10. And I was getting told it's English bias and he's overrated. I was like, how can it be English bias? It's a choice of English players. It's an English squad. I was like, who else am I going to pick?
De Bruyne.
Yeah, I was like, who else am I meant to pick? I can only pick an English player.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was like, I can't win this argument.
It's English bias,
I was like,
English
I was
media.
like, I can't believe I'm having the argument. I was like, surely I shouldn't be arguing about putting Foden in the 10. Is that not just
Common sense.
common sense? I don't get it.
But yeah, I would love, if Southgate was to just forget what everyone's saying, pick a team Forget the names. Pick a team of who you actually want to play. Put Palmer in the team. You want to put Palmer in the team. Put Eze in the team. If you really want to see Eze play, put Eze in the team.
This is what I said about
Put
Trent.
Watkins in the team. You want to see Watkins play. Forget the big names. Those players could end up being detrimental for you because they can only work in a certain system. Forget those names. Play the players that you want to see play. Play Wharton. Play Mainly. Play these guys because you did it with Calvin Phillips. You let him play every game.
No, do you know what, mate? I said the exact same thing for Trent. I said if you really want Trent in your team, just have the bollocks to playing right back. And take the risk. You're never going to find a system which is risk-free. Do you know what I mean? And if you want to take the risk of like Trent's defensive, you know, maybe not so good being defensively, but if you think that he's that good where it outweighs the risk, play Trent right back.
Play him right back and take that risk of drop Kyle Walker.
And just have the bollocks to do it.
But he ain't.
He won't do it.
Georgia in behind. We're on to the last 5 minutes of the first half.
I really hope it stays 0-0.
Really? You want it to be 0-0 to the end of the game?
No, usually I wouldn't, but you know, because of the circumstance where they want, like, a team's got to win.
Yeah.
I just think that last 10 minutes will be absolute fireworks.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It would.
I'll just be locked in for that 10 minutes, mate.
That Croatia game versus Albania, the last, like, I can't remember, maybe like 5-10 minutes was insane. There was like 2-3, I think there was 2 goals that in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And there was one that was really late as well. So yeah, I mean, hopefully we get a cracking last 15 minutes of this game. But anyway, second half is, first half's about to end soon. Long ball over the top, keeper claims it. To be fair, looking at the stats, I feel like because obviously the stats, they're not on the screen right now, but let me see if I can go and get the stats up here for this game.
I just want to pick out, so like, Colin Nicholson in the comments, putting Foden in the middle will yield the same results. He's been drifting into the middle all game and has done nothing. Because there's not a left winger on the pitch, mate. There is not a left winger on the pitch. Even when Eze came on, I thought nothing against Eze, Eze's quality, but I thought bringing Eze on for Foden was stupid.
Like for like.
I would have gone Gordon.
Like for like.
I would have gone Gordon. Do you keep seeing the heat map pop up with Foden? We're basically not playing a left winger, mate. Like,
I've seen him drop so far deep, I'm thinking, who's even covering him?
Yeah.
Like, who's going to cover that left-hand side?
We basically played 180 minutes this tournament with 10 men. Because we're not playing a left winger. So I think Gordon should have gone on instead of Eze, because Eze's the same thing. He wants to drift in the midfield.
Yeah. But anyway, looking at these stats, so possession, 53% to Czech Republic, 47% to Georgia, but shots, 12-1, and no goals. That must be
But
painful.
Georgia aren't necessarily like out the game, do you know
They're
what I mean?
not out of the game, but you're having 12 shots, 7 on target, and you've not scored a goal.
In terms of the football, Czech have played the best football.
Yeah.
There was that little link-up play before, which was really nice, which was just offside.
Let's see what Georgia can do from this. Is this a Georgia? Yeah, it is a Georgia free kick. Let's see if they can get something out of this. Referee is taking a good control of this game, you know. I'm seeing him, he's not playing around. It's because he's not an English ref. And someone let us know who the referee is in this game. I can probably get it up here, actually. Daniel Seibert, referee. Bring him to the Premier League, man. But yeah, no, I was about to. So what I wanted to ask was if there was one player.
In the current system they're playing, is that what you're going for?
Nah.
No.
I don't know what
I thought you were going for the Trent Foden thing again.
Nah, I was going to go something completely different. I was going to say, if there's one player in the French team that you bring into the England team, who would you bring?
Into the England team?
Yeah. Other than Mbappe.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments as well.
You know what? Beth asked me that the other day, and I went, well, Mbappe. She was like,
Other than Mbappe, let us know in the comments as well.
Other than Mbappe.
Other than Mbappe, what French player would you take in this England team?
I'm trying to remember who I said now. Who did I say?
Because they've got a few.
I can't remember who I said.
They've got a few. I mean,
Show me the lineup.
I can bring up the lineup for you, and you can kind of look.
Saliba, I think I might have said. No, that was who Beth said. Who did I say?
So you guys take a centre back. I don't think the centre backs have been a problem.
Yeah, because Beth said Saliba, and I was like, who for? I wouldn't drop Stones or yeah, because Beth was saying, Stones and Saliba, what a pairing. I was like, yeah, but Gay's not been bad.
It's harsh to even drop Gay because he's been our best player.
Who did I cannot remember who I picked.
Georgia got a free kick last minute of the first half, or 2 minutes extra time. Oh, they threw! Oh! What a save. Keeper.
Imagine if they nicked a goal before half-time.
Keeper has kept them in this. We'll hold that question. Wait. Let's hold that question off to the end of the first half. There's about a minute left in extra time. Yeah, everyone's onside there. It's bounced all the way through.
He's got to do better though, hasn't he? It's one of them though where it's like he's not expected the ball to drop to him at all. Like he had check for
potential
a
penalty check. Are we behind? Because I keep seeing VAR before we've even seen it.
They would have heard it on the commentary. That's what it would have been. Yeah. So we got a penalty check here, potential Georgia penalty. I'm not quite sure what for yet. We're seeing the replay now. A handball maybe.
Was it?
But it didn't really look. They're obviously looking for a handball, but.
Oh, he's checking.
Are they going to the screen?
Oh, he's going to the screen. Oh no! Last minute.
Have we seen this? Have we seen the screen get used yet in the Euros?
I'm not sure. I've not seen every single game. They might have, but. Oh. You know what it is when you pause it.
I think they've got to give it.
Yeah. He's given a penalty.
They've got to give it, haven't they?
He's given a penalty.
You've got to. It's one of them where the rules go for everyone. Do you know what I mean?
He's given a penalty. That is so
massive
tough.
for Georgia. This
I was
is
literally
massive
just
for
saying,
Georgia.
look, 12 shots and 7 on target. You're not scored. You're going to be kicking yourself, and now look.
Oh, he'd proper take the wind out your sails.
It's looked like he's kicked it onto his arm, and then it's kind of like ricocheted off. I don't know. Like it's kind of. That's harsh. It's harsh, but it's the rules. It's the rules, though. It's the rules.
It goes for everyone.
It's actually the rules.
Do you know what I mean? The rules go for everyone. It is what it is.
Georgia could take a goal in the first. Wow. Did not expect this. Did not expect this. And they're doing it. He's doing it in front of the Georgia crowd, so it's going to be insane if he scores. I think that's a Georgia crowd anyway.
This is going to be a mint second half if this goal goes in.
Yeah.
That is just bad luck. That literally is just bad luck. I
might even look at the comments because they're going to tell me if he scored or not.
Yeah, I'm going to cover it up.
I feel like we actually are a minute behind.
I don't want to see the comments.
I'm not looking at the chat right now. Who's taking it? I can't even see his name. Maybe I should look at the chat for this. What number is he? I won't commit to pronounce his name anyway.
Yeah, I don't want to see the comments. They'll just troll us anyway.
No, but they're saying.
Yeah, they'll just troll us, Greg.
Oh, they're just trolling us.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not going to look at them anyway.
BBC are lacking. Wow, this is going to be insane. This is the last kick of the half, so after this, it's going second half.
Mate, there'll be some limbs in that crowd. Taking it. What a pen.
What a penalty.
What a pen.
What a penalty.
Mate,
and he's done a celebration.
That's a quality pen. He's not there, he was there on the screen before.
Greg, can you put
him on the screen, man.
Yeah, I seen it when I walked in.
Yeah, I did.
Well done, I can't lie.
Mate, that's a quality pen.
You got to give props where they're due, because Georgia, it didn't seem like they were going to get the first goal, but they did. He's picked him up.
Who missed? Was it Greg? That you?
See, this is what I mean. They used the hand thing. Yeah, they used the sound.
Madness,
thing.
that thing, isn't it? That mic thing, crazy.
Let's see the penalty again. Yeah, side netting.
Good pen.
Good. Keeper's not saving those. I'm pretty sure that takes to the second half now anyway. Yeah, Georgia, they did what they needed to do, to be fair. They stayed in the game up until late into the first half, and they got the goal that they needed. So second half, like I said, it's going to be good. I want to see the celebration again. Oh, they cut it off. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to end it straight away, surely. 1-0 to Georgia over Czech Republic. You would have thought it, man. But yeah, when we get to second half, when we get to half time, we're going to go back to that question. Are Czech going to get a goal?
What a save!
Oh my.
Mate, what a save. That's a top save, that.
Oh my.
That is a top quality save.
What? That is first of all, that is amazing feat for the striker.
I think it was Schick.
The ball's come into him, he took it onto his left foot, dragged it.
What an unbelievable save. He's getting a move off the back of that one save.
They're all getting. Look, there's been a couple of keepers this tournament that I thought, you know what, you're going to get a nice little price tag after this.
He might get a move off that save. I wonder what club he plays for.
Let me see what club he plays for.
Find out what club he plays for, because that is an unbelievable save, that.
Plays for Valencia. He's young as well.
Oh, wow.
23.
Jesus.
I'm going to say United, we could go in for him, but we've already got Onana. And that's the end of the first half. Wow. What a first half.
This second half's going to be mint, mate.
Yeah, no,
this second half is going to be quality.
It is.
Greg, can I run for a wee?
Yeah, turn your mic off.
That. I'll be back.
Let me know in the chat, what is your opinion on that first half? Let me know what your full-time score prediction is going to be now. I feel like a lot of people probably thought that Czech were going to take it, but obviously now that George got that first goal, it's kind of swung. So let me know in the chat what you guys think the second half is going to be like. I feel like my opinion's kind of changed a little bit now. I feel like my opinion's kind of changed. I was kind of going for a Czech, but it's sneaky. You know, it's sneaky. I feel like Georgia, from that one goal, you never know what's going to happen. So I'm going to go for my final score prediction. I'm going to say, now that they scored the first goal, I'm going to say a 2-1 to Georgia. Because Czech have had a lot of chances. They've not been too clinical though, but they've had a lot of chances. So I still think that they're going to get a goal. But yeah, Georgia, that first goal, great penalty. Goalkeeper, MVP. Honestly, United do need another keeper, you're right. United do need another goalkeeper. Someone said Onana's been comparatively good stats, even if he's got, someone else has said, to answer the France question, I might wait till Tull comes back, but I'm going to read it anyway. To answer the France question earlier, I'd take Hernandez to fix the left-back issue. That is a good choice. That is a very good choice. We actually don't have a left-back. So really and truly, if you don't pick someone that's over the left-back, it makes no sense, because that's the position that we genuinely need. And obviously, if it's international football, you can't sign someone. So we're going to need a...
I'm back.
Say that again?
See if Greg can hear me.
Oh, yeah, well, Tull's back already. That was a quick one, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, listen, if this was early on in the season, and that was Onana, he's not saving it. He's not saving that chance.
Mate, that was an unbelievable save, that.
It's been an eventful first half, though. That handball, they need to bring this into the Prem.
Yeah, I think they will do.
Are they going to bring it to the Prem next season?
I'd imagine that. I don't know, but I imagine so. Why wouldn't they?
It's working. But I mean, I say bring it to the Prem. These English refs will just ruin it.
Mate, imagine the limbs, right? Do you know when it's one of those where it's like you can't quite tell whether it's like brushed someone? Imagine the limbs when you see the flat line on the screen. Like imagine the crowd when you just see that flat. You're the ball moving past and then you just see the flat line. Imagine the limbs off the back of that.
Look, United, we don't have a TV in our stadium.
I know.
We don't even know.
That'd be so funny.
But yeah, I want to go back to that question though. Who would you take for that France team? Somebody before said they'd take Hernandez.
I'm gonna Hernandez. Yeah, I think we spoke about Hernandez actually, the left back.
That's the French team there. But yeah, that left back is obviously a good choice.
I don't actually know,
because we do have a stacked team. But France, in my opinion,
do you know what? You look at that France team. Think of all the French massive names you can think, and they're literally playing to a system. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
They've picked a team where it works for the system. Like Giroud, he played at the World Cup. They've dropped Giroud.
They haven't got Camavinga, Champions League winner.
Exactly.
Obviously Mbappe's injured. I remember for a long time they dropped Benzema.
Yeah, you know what? That's how it should be done. It's what England should be doing. They should focus on the system rather than squeezing players in. Kante's probably,
Kante can play that.
Do you know what? Yeah, you'd put Kante next to Rice. No, well,
you don't even need Rice. Kante by himself is a good enough 6.
Yeah, but you'd have Kante in the 6 and Rice playing the 8 like he does for Arsenal. Do you know what I mean?
I'd play Bellingham in the 8. Rice gets dropped. Yeah. It's harsh.
You probably could.
Kante in the 6, Bellingham in the 8, and then we could play forward in the 10.
Yeah, you could probably get away with it.
Tell me that's not the best midfield. That is the best midfield. If Rice gets dropped, Kante is one of the only players in the world that can play the position by himself.
We'll do something then. Whilst it's half time, we'll do something because the chat can get involved with this one. We'll get a couple polls going. Me and Beth we were picking every day. We did a watch along. We picked a random team, I think we did Germany and then we did Netherlands. We've not done France yet, and we picked a combined England and whoever the team is 11.
Okay.
So we did a combined, I think we did Portugal too, but we've not done France yet. So we'll do a combined England-France 11 and we'll see what it looks like. And then what we'll do when there's two players which like there might be a disagreement on, we can run a poll then. And that's how we ended up settling on the final 11. We let the guys in the chat do a poll.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So what team do you want to do? What team did you guys do before?
We've done Netherlands.
Yeah.
We've done Portugal.
Yeah.
And I think we've done Germany. We've not done France yet. I just thought whilst we're on the topic of France and they played last night,
we can do that.
We'll do an England-France combined 11 and we'll see where it ends up.
Sweet. Okay, so chat, make sure you get involved in this one. We're going to go position for position and England and France combined 11. That is this current team. So not including Grealish. Not including.
No, we just went with the current, like we didn't pick Luke Shaw because
he's injured.
Yeah. We said like Luke Shaw would be in there if if he was fit, but obviously, he's not fit. There. So yeah.
Okay, starting off, we'll go with the goalkeeper. Mainan or
playing for AC Milan.
Pickford. In my opinion, that's kind of obvious.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Pickford fan anyway.
Yeah.
So
I'll go with Mainan. Champions League semi-finalist last year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm picking Mainan. I wouldn't pick. I feel like a lot of people are going to say Pickford probably because they don't know a lot about Mainan, but yeah.
To be fair to Pickford, some credit I'll give Pickford is he did have a lot of clean sheets for Everton last season, and that is a team that soaks up a lot of pressure. Do you know, he must be facing a lot of shots in that Everton team, and he came out with it with loads of clean sheets. I don't know if he had the most in the Prem. I'm not sure which keeper won the Golden Glove in the Prem. Someone in the chat can let us know, but I know Pickford was definitely up there.
I think Pickford's slightly overrated, I'll be honest. There's a reason why he still plays for Everton. Like, think about how many teams have needed a goalkeeper. We needed a goalkeeper.
Yeah, and he's still not got
no one even mentioned Pickford's name.
No top six sides gone in for him when there's been lots of opportunities.
Tottenham needed a goalkeeper at one point. No one went in for him. Arsenal needed a goalkeeper at one point when Ramsdale wasn't really playing well. No one went in for him. It's not a coincidence in my opinion.
Living off that penalty shootout against Colombia, isn't it?
It was a good couple of saves.
Yeah, he's still living off it.
He's not going to get anywhere from that.
So that one's obvious. Who should we go right back?
Yeah, I can go right back.
Ooh, this is a good one.
You got Koundé or Walker.
That's a close one, that one might be one for the chat.
Do you think, who are you picking?
I don't know.
I'm still picking Walker. I think Walker's the best right back in the world. Wait, let me check.
VAR.
Let me check. Obviously, some people might say Carvajal, he's had a good season and whatnot.
Yeah.
Let me think of the other teams. Kimmich, obviously in there.
Yeah. I went Kimmich over Walker, and Beth went Walker over Kimmich for, if you want a little bit of like case study.
Yeah.
When we did the Germany one, I went Kimmich, Beth went Walker, and Kimmich won on the poll.
Yeah, Kimmich. I'm still picking Walker though.
Do you know what? I'll go Walker. Yeah, I'm going to go Walker because I just spotted to say Walker will offer you more in attack, and it's not like Walker's getting exposed as a defender. So I'll go with Walker on this one.
I'm still going Walker. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one though. I don't think it's from looking at the chat anyway. I'm seeing more Walkers.
There's more Walkers, yeah. It's horrible when you pick one and then the chat's just the other name completely and you're like, oh, I've got to stinker.
It's just how it is. It's just how it is. But in terms of being the best right back in the world, definitely Kimmich and Carvajal have been the two other players that, in my opinion, they're in the conversation. But moving on to centre-backs, this one might be a conversation. Mm-hmm. John Stones or Saliba. Oh, no. It's Saliba's on the other side.
Well, let's just look at four centre backs: Stones, Gaya, Upamecano, and Saliba. Just pick your two out of that. My first one is John Stones.
I know. Yeah, now that I look at it, it's not actually that big of a conversation.
It's Stones and Saliba.
It's not. Yeah, it's actually not that big of a conversation anymore. Saliba, yeah. It was a conversation, I feel like, but Saliba, in my opinion, best centre back in the league last season.
Yeah.
Van Dijk's in the conversation. But I feel like Arsenal had the best defence and Saliba was the best defender in Arsenal. So he's the best centre back in the league.
Then again, though, the season before it, I'd say Stones.
Stones was.
So it's like, so.
And I think the way how Pep's been able to transition Stones into that kind of, I wouldn't say he's transitioning into a DM, but because of his ball playing ability, he's been pushed a little bit further forward. There's been times where because they're playing with like 4 centre backs sometimes, Stones kind of just drops in there with Rodri.
Yeah.
It's elevated his game a little bit in my opinion. So
yeah, you get to see how good, like not just a defender, how good of a footballer.
Yeah.
Actually, there's like, I was again arguing with people who were saying like Trent does that role of like dropping in the midfield for Liverpool. I think Stones does it better. If you had to pick one England player to drop in that midfield, the way Trent's doing, I think Stones would do a better job. I think Stones would do it better than Trent. Even so, you've got all these midfielders ahead of Trent, and then still put Stones ahead of Trent as well. The whole Rudiger thing I was on about before stemmed from talking about John Stones, because Beth went Stones or Rudiger, and I went, that's not even close, is it? And she went, what, Rudiger? And I went, no, Stones. And this is how it all started, because I was like, I went John Stones, and it's not even close. But we're not getting into it. We ain't getting into it.
But I think it's an easy. I thought it was going to be more difficult, but somehow, that's easy.
Saliba, Stones. Yeah.
Saliba, Stones, and then left back. This is probably another.
It's going to be Hernandez. However, I think Luke Shaw would give him a run for his money if he was fit.
Yeah,
if he was fit, but he's not fit. So Hernandez just goes straight in there.
Yeah, we're taking Hernandez. Okay, midfield. Obviously, the way our France are playing, from what I can see on this picture here, anyway, they're playing like a 4-4-1-1 or 4-1-2.
It's like a 4-4-2, but Griezmann's kind of that like
second striker behind.
Yeah. God, no one really plays that anymore, do they?
Yeah, I kind of want to change it a little bit.
That's like Barclays back in the day. That's what Rooney used to play.
You know what? Yeah, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go off France's first team.
Okay.
The first team that they played before Mbappe was injured.
Yeah, that makes way more sense.
I'm gonna go off that team if I can find it. Let me just see if I can find it.
There we go.
Yeah.
So they actually played 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, so I'm going to go off this team. So
however, the back line's the same. So
back line's the same, but the midfield three, I want to get like a midfield three in there. So they got midfield three of Rabiot, Kante and Griezmann. So we'll start off with Kante. Let's say he's a 6.
Yeah.
Kante or Rice?
Kante.
Yeah. And that's only based off this though.
Yeah.
I think in club football, I've not seen Kante play like the last season.
Yeah,
so I can't really say that.
I agree. But then again, though, like if we want to talk about club football, Declan Rice isn't really a 6. Like he plays 6 for England, but for Arsenal, Declan Rice's best games for Arsenal is when he's got Jorginho next to him.
Yeah, I was going to say Partey next to him.
Partey, yeah.
So as a 6, it is Kante.
Yeah, it's Kante.
It is Kante.
Absolutely.
It is Kante.
You could probably, let's have a look how it goes, but you could maybe even get Rice still in the midfield still. Actually, maybe not.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
As an 8, we're going to the 8 now, and France are playing, obviously, Rabiot. I guess it's an 8, but we're going to go off I'm going to say the second.
As an 8, well, yeah, if you're going to go Rice or Rabiot as an 8, Rice. But then Bellingham.
But then it's not though, it's well, actually, technically...
Bellingham's playing 10.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Technically, it's not even Rice or Rabiot, it's Rabiot or Trent. That's technically what England are playing.
Trent's not in this debate.
So who are we? Okay, let me put this in the chat. Chat, listen up. Who are we putting in as England's second midfielder? Are we putting in Trent because technically he has played the 2 games there?
Yeah.
Or who are you guys putting in as the second midfielder? Are we gonna put technically you can't just add Foden and say Jude's the 8 and Foden's the 10. No, they've not done that yet.
Yeah. I feel like if it was the manager, though, I'd have Foden in the 10.
So who we comparing Rabiot to? Let me know who we can't do Rice again. That's not fair. We can't put Rice anywhere and just say he's a 6 and an 8. He's not. Or should we do Manu? I would put.
I just wouldn't look at the chat if you went with Manu, mate. Rabiot and Jude. I don't know. I feel like you could maybe get Rice in there. I feel like maybe Kante, Rice, Bellingham. With Rice as the 8.
Kante, Rice.
I know he's not playing 8 for England, but he is an 8.
Okay, let's just say this. Who's the best 8 then? Of everyone who's available.
So you got Rice.
Who would you put at the best 8? You got Rice, Bellingham. What a goal. I don't know.
Then again, though, Bellingham ain't playing as an 8 for England.
But I just want to know, we're doing a combined 11, so technically we want just the best team.
Yeah.
We just want the best team, so it's who would you put as the best 8 in that team?
Do you know what, though? We said this before, though. Like, you could probably get away with Bellingham and Foden in the midfield if Kante's there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kante's there's probably 2 players in the world who could facilitate Foden and Bellingham in the same midfield. Rodri and Kante.
Yeah. The only players that can do it themselves.
Yeah. I think those are the only two players who could do it themselves.
Yeah. Prime Casemiro, maybe.
Yeah.
but not anymore.
Yeah.
So who would you guys saying, of all the 8s that we have available, who would you put in there? I would say
Camavinga's on the bench.
Yeah.
Like
That's how
there's so many to go for.
Camavinga is on the bench. He is.
Camavinga or Rice, like Joe, that's a debate, isn't it?
I think it's Camavinga, Rice, Bellingham, or Rabiot.
Oh, Rabiot.
That's the 4 options I think as 8s. Camavinga, Rice, Bellingham, Rabiot. Who are you saying? I would still say Bellingham, to be fair.
In the 8?
If we've got to put someone in, because he's not getting in the 10. He's not getting it. For me, he's not getting in the 10.
Yeah.
So if you want him to play, he's got to be in the 8. So let us know in the chat.
I'm really like, this is
Let me know in the chat. Who's the second midfielder? We need a second midfielder. Tchouaméni. Oh, I forgot about Tchouaméni. How did I forget about Tchouaméni? France have got a stacked team, you know. I can't lie. Their team is too
You
stacked.
can't even write him off, mate. He's a World Cup finalist. Like,
Look at winner. Oh
no, he didn't win it with him. He got to the final when they got beat by Argentina. Tchouaméni.
Oh, you mean World Cup? Oh, I thought you were talking about Champions League. My bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he is.
The World Cup winner. I mean, Champions League winner.
He's both. Champions League, World Cup finalist, Champions League winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, who are you guys saying? Let me just read out some of the...
I think, Joe, I think the chat's stuck here. Because
so many
when
different
me and
names.
Beth were doing it, the chat was just going and going with all these midfield threes.
So you got Tchouaméni, you got Camavinga.
By the way, we've kicked off. Second half's kicked off just. We are 13 seconds in to the second half. Wow, this is hard. This.
Camavinga. A lot of people saying Camavinga or Tchouaméni. I'm not seeing a lot of Rices. I'm not seeing a lot of Bellinghams.
I think you can get Rice in there though. I think you could have Kante, Rice, Bellingham.
Or do we change the formation?
No, because they both playing 4-2-3-1, aren't they? We may as well just stick with that.
Okay. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of Tchouaménis, you know. I'm seeing a lot of Tchouaménis. I might have to put Tchouaméni in there.
Do you know what? No, I'm going Kante, Bellingham, Foden. I think this is the one time you can put Foden and Bellingham in the same midfield. Because
I'm lost. I
don't want to hear, but Foden's on the left, and Mbappe's going there anyway, mate. So do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't mind Foden's on the left. He's not even up for debate. So I'm going Kante, Bellingham, Foden. If it was any other 6 bar Rodri, if it was any other 6, then I wouldn't play Bellingham and Foden in the same midfield.
You're not playing Griezmann?
Is Griezmann or Kane a debate, maybe?
No, it's Griezmann or Foden.
Is Mbappe not playing on the wing for... Oh, he's playing up top.
Griezmann's just behind him.
Oh, mate. I was going to have Mbappe on the left.
I think the conversation is Griezmann or Foden, really.
I'm not a City fan, by the way. I'm a United fan. I ain't a City fan, mate. I support United.
Oh, anyway, yeah, I can't. It gets too tricky when it gets further up the pitch.
Yeah,
you know what?
This is actually the hardest
I'm just gonna call it Kante, Bellingham, and Foden. That's what I'm calling it. That's it. You got a Ballon d'Or contender. You got a Premier League Player of the Year, and you got Kante, who's the best DM out of all of them. So that's it. And then the front 3 on the left.
I really wanted Mbappe on the wing, on the left.
You can play Mbappe on the left though. I mean, if Mbappe's on the left, then that's it.
I want Mbappe on the left. Imagine, Mbappe and Kane link up, mate, it'd be unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
That would be insane.
Unbelievable.
But then again, though, is Kane or Griezmann a debate?
No.
Probably was at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
The last tournament, Griezmann was probably their best player, though, or one of the best players.
That's what I mean. Like, is Kane or Griezmann a debate? Because I think there'll be some people saying Griezmann over Kane.
As a straight up number 9?
Yeah. Well, just in terms of a football player,
yeah.
I think there'll be some people saying the fact that Griezmann's a better probably, I don't know though, not doing Kane justice here.
I'm keeping Kane. Again, another. He's probably going to be in the. The only problem is Kane. Like, are we going to win? That's the conversation. Isn't it? Like, you pick him for the goals, but are you going to win though? Like, you might get to a final, but yeah, at the end of the day, you want to lift the trophy. But I feel like, yeah, just to round it off, I'd say on the left, Mbappe, obviously. Up top, Kane. And then
Saka on the right.
Saka or Dembele. That's a conversation.
That's a conversation.
Let's get a poll on that.
Saka or Dembele.
Let's get a poll on that. Saka or Dembele.
No, do you know what? Actually, no. I think that might be doing. I know Dembele is like a technically unbelievable player, but if we're looking over like the past, let's say 3 seasons as a case study.
Yeah,
it's got to be Saka, hasn't it?
He doesn't even play football, bro. He gets injured.
This is what I mean. This is what I mean. It's probably got to be Saka.
Dembele should have been better than Saka. Like he 100% should have been better than Saka. But
yeah, he should have been.
Saka's just put in more.
Yeah, I feel like we've probably done Saka a disjustice there for like even entertaining it. It's just because, do you remember how good Dembele was at the start? Like at the beginning, it was like, remember when he went to Barcelona and it was like, this is like, he's going to cook. He's going to cook here at Barca, and it's just not happened. We'll go with Saka, so we'll go Saka, Kane, Mbappe.
Dangerous.
Yeah, mate. Mbappe and Kane next to each other would just be unbelievable.
Mbappe running in behind.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous.
It'd be like Kane and Son, but just on OP.
Oh my god,
overpowered.
That'd be ridiculous.
OP. Kane as deep line forward, both Dembele and Mbappe and inside forward. To be fair though, if we are picking Kane, the way we like to play with those wingers running off him, Dembele would probably be a better option.
I agree with that.
It could be if he doesn't get injured.
This is why I think like this England system doesn't work, because I don't think Foden and Saka complement Kane whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think they all just want the ball. And it's weird. We've got players who all want the ball, but we don't play like tiki-taka football. Yeah. It's like we're trying to play. It's like we're trying to play like getting in behind. Like Kane's dropping in midfield, but nobody wants to make that run. Like there's not one player in the team. Bellingham does it. Like, to be fair,
he does that anyway in football.
Bellingham will make those late runs. He kind of makes those Lampard kind of runs, like late runs into the box, but he's kind of the only one who sometimes does it. It's not like he does it all the time.
Regularly,
but he did score a lot of headers like that for Real this season.
No, a lot of his goals have come from them late runs into the box and like a
very Lampard-esque, isn't it?
Like Cruz or Modric will like play him in behind or play it over the top and he'll bring it down and score. Like, a lot of his goals came from that, so it's not something that he's never done before. We've seen him do it a lot for Real Madrid, so it definitely works. A conversation though that I've had with one of my friends about this Real Madrid team. Obviously, it is an insane team. Like, it is. Czech Republic put a cross in the box. Keeper's gonna have to claim that. Yeah, he did.
I think Patrick Schick will end up with a goal there today. He popped up like 3-4 times with half chances. I think he'll end up getting his goal today.
But what I was gonna say was, obviously this Real Madrid team's insane. Yeah. Including Mbappe, including Endrick, including even Arda Güler. I'm talking about the whole team, including Cruz, Modric, all these players.
Oh, just the Euros, like all. Are you on about? Oh, the Real team.
The question that I wanted to ask is,
I forgot Arda Güler plays for Real.
Yeah.
Their team is ridiculously stacked, isn't it?
The question I want to ask is, how do you think this Real Madrid team will be able to live up to the standards that the 2017
kind of era?
Do you think they'll be able to live up to those standards? Because obviously, we've got the blessing of hindsight. Yeah. Because we know exactly what that team did and how well they did, and obviously Ronaldo breaking records, scoring like 60 goals in a season, insane. Obviously Bale, Di Maria in that team. Obviously Cruz and Modric was still playing in that team, so we kind of substitute them kind of guys out. Yeah. But Sergio Ramos, Varane, Casillas. Was Casillas in the team that year? Or did he leave by then?
No, I think Courtois was in at that point, yeah.
So
yeah, because Courtois left Chelsea in like 2016, didn't he? Well, they won the Champions League 16, 17 and 18, didn't they? I feel like Courtois went that season.
Did they, yeah?
Maybe. Did they win one of them with Casillas? I'm not too sure.
Yeah, but do you think this Real Madrid team will be able to live up to those standards? And be able to win as much as they
It's like the biggest ask in football, because for him to do it, they've got to either win 4 Champions Leagues on the bounce. Yeah. For them to do better than that, they've got to either win 4 Champions Leagues on the bounce or do the 3 in a row again, but win the league 3 in a row as well, because they never won the league.
They've just won one league, and they've won one league already. They won the league last season.
Yeah.
I don't think it's actually a crazy thing to say that this Real Madrid team will achieve more than that Real Madrid team.
Would you say they've got... I'd say this Real Madrid team has a higher level of competition in Europe than
Oh, it was Keylor Navas. You guys.
Oh, was it? Oh, no, it was
guys are
Navas. It was Navas.
Completely slipped my mind. Oh, you're right.
Oh my God.
No, they're right. Anyway.
Wasn't even that long ago as well.
I know. But yeah, carry on.
Yeah, I think this Real Madrid team has got a higher level of competition in Europe than the 2017 kind of era Real Madrid team had.
A high ceiling?
No. I think the teams they were coming up against.
Oh, yeah.
I think the teams that this Real Madrid side are coming up against are better.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
You think what? You forgetting that was prime Barca. You had a pretty good Bayern Munich team. You had he was the best team in the Premier League. Actually, the Premier League wasn't crazy at them times.
There was City, but they weren't doing it in Europe.
City weren't to City that they were in the past 5 years.
They weren't doing it in yeah.
Chelsea were decent with like Hazard and I think Fabregas was still there at the time. Can't remember. They had a few decent players in that team. But it was an aging Chelsea team at that time. I think they had like Diego Costa in that them years. So there wasn't really like any Premier League teams that really competed.
What was Real Madrid's run this season? So they had City in the quarters, was it? Or was it the semis?
Oh, was it Bayern in the semis and City in the quarters?
Yeah, Bayern in the semis, City in the quarters.
Yeah.
Which are two pretty like top class sides.
Yeah.
Could maybe argue Bayern have underachieved, to be honest.
This season?
Yeah.
They lost their first league in 11 years.
Is that how long it was? Yeah. Oh my God.
That's definitely underachieving.
Yeah.
That's definitely underachieving. Juventus, they like Mandzukic and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that team. Got to the final as well. But I think the competition back then was probably a bit better.
You think? It's a high in Europe, one, isn't it?
Yeah, but I do think that because of the start that Real Madrid have had and because of how young the team is.
I tell you what, Atletico were throwing the weight about around that time as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
Atletico were throwing the weight around. They ended up in a final against them, didn't they, at one point?
Yeah, they did.
So, yeah.
Even to be fair, they beat Liverpool and that Liverpool team was dangerous in 2017.
Yeah.
A pretty decent Liverpool team.
I was going to say they beat him twice, but it was one of the later teams that beat him the second time.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, I feel like this team could achieve more. Just because of how young they are.
Yeah.
None of them are over the age of 25. Mbappe's the oldest player. Well, I say oldest player, other than the defenders. I think Mbappe's the oldest player and he's 25.
Yeah, if you're looking at like the front six.
Yeah, because Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Valverde.
Yeah, Valverde is probably about 25, 26 probably.
Yeah, might be.
Something like that.
Around that age. When obviously the front three are crazy young. Vinny, Rodrigo, Endrick.
Isn't it mad how one of them are just going to be not get a look in now really because of Mbappe? Isn't that crazy? I said this to Kev because me and Kev did the Champions League final watch-along. And I was just saying, like, obviously Mbappe is going to be the first name on the team sheet. How long had they wanted Mbappe for? Like 5 years.
Put in his contract.
Like literally, they wanted Mbappe for that entire time. One of those players who has to go, and
I think it might be Rodrigo.
That's what I was going to say. It probably is going to be Rodrigo.
George
with a counter-attack.
3-on-2. If he can make the right pass, it could be a good.
Oh, do you know what? Your man, number 7, can't remember how you pronounce his name.
That's Kvara.
He got the weight of his pass absolutely bang on here. If you watch him, it's him who does the run as well.
Yeah.
So he's the one on the break, gets just past the halfway line. The weight of this pass is perfect.
Yeah.
That is a perfect ball, that.
But I think he's going to take it down the line. Not down the line, but like take it on the outside.
Take him onto the outside, yeah.
Good chance though. Good counter-attack. I feel like because Czech are probably going to be pushing a lot of players forward now because they need to score. You can't sit back. They're going to have to play like a really aggressive football. That counter-attack could be on it for a couple of times. So we might see Georgia just kind of take advantage of that. You never know. But yeah, what you saying, Rodrigo might miss out?
I think he'll be the one to miss out, won't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Especially because Endrick. Like eventually Endrick's going to have to get some game time.
Yeah.
He's too big of a name. I think Real Madrid will give him game time just because of his name, just because he's Endrick.
Yeah.
No, everyone wants to see him play. So he's going to have to play something like. So, it'll be interesting to see like how well that team does over the next coming years. Gave Liverpool a Champions League title by missing an easy chance in 2019. Is that the year that Liverpool won?
Oh! Czech
have just scored.
just looking for the linesman because it was kind of like a bit of a bounce around and he looked quite far up. But I think it's Schick. It is.
That's your guy.
Yep.
Look at I love seeing the fans celebrate, you know. It was Schick. I feel sorry for him because he did a good game.
It was unlucky. It was a good header off a corner.
Keeper to both
come off the post and then.
Let me see the goal.
He doesn't even know. It's just him. Yeah.
He doesn't even know.
You got to be there, though, haven't you? He's made that run back post. So
right place, right time.
Serves the goal, man.
Yeah, you can't even argue with it.
Yeah.
Off his chest. Yeah. They all count. They all count. 1-1. Czech Republic and Georgia. It's game on now. You said it before. A draw later in the game. Yeah. It's gonna fully open up.
I tell you what, someone's made an interesting point in the chat. As we're talking about Real Madrid, like Vinny's best position and Mbappe's best position. Well, Vinny's definitely left wing. You probably make a good argument that Mbappe's best on the left wing too. But I feel like at Madrid they're going to transition him now into like an out-and-out striker, aren't they?
They'll put him down because they've been playing Jude like a false nine and like playing like what's it called, Hosselu. Yeah. Come on, Mbappe or Hosselu, you're gonna put Mbappe in there. So yeah, I feel like he's definitely gonna go down the middle. And it's hard to even drop Vinny. He's been it's impossible. Arguably the best player. He scored in the final.
Then again though, it's like one of those where like there's gonna be too many like what's the saying, like too many cooks in the kitchen sort of thing, like Vinicius and Mbappe. Is it
someone's got to take a step back because
exactly, it's probably going to have to be Mbappe.
You think it could be Mbappe?
Yeah, because if Vinny's on the left wing, like you could just see that when things like if it's going wrong, you could just see Mbappe kind of drifting out into his space and getting in his space. Do you know what I mean? Well, you can't do it. You just got as a striker. You just got to wait. Do you know those games where like you're playing up top and like you're getting no service and you just can't. You might get 10 touches a game. Mbappe, I feel like Mbappe will then start drifting out onto the left.
Trying to get the ball.
Yeah, whereas then it's going to kind of stop Vinicius from playing. So it's like.
And I made the point as well before Real Madrid won the Champions League. I was saying that look, Mbappe, you better hope that this team does not win the Champions League because if they do. Every single one of those players in that team, including the manager, they have the right to say, as big as a player you are and as much money we're paying you, and as big as a transfer this is, we've done it without you. So at the end of the day, you can't come in this team and say, you guys are only going to win if you focus on me. You can't say that. Because we've done it without you already. It's like the opposite of when Van Persie came to United. Yeah. Because when he came to United, Alex Ferguson was like, you know what, we just lost the season last year to City.
Close, very close to Czech. Another corner, mate. They're loving them corners and the long throw-ins, mate.
Great header as well. Good leap. Just past the corner. That's the post.
We've not even seen Southgate get on the end of one of them yet. We know you can score headers.
Yeah, but the point I was trying to make was that like with Van Persie, Alex Ferguson, Van Persie come into that team and pretty much say, you need me to win. Yeah. He has the right to say it because he didn't win the year before. And Mbappe has no right to say that. Yeah. So if it does come down to it between Vinny or, I'm going to go penalty shot. If it does come down to it, Vinny can say to Mbappe, I won last year without you, bro. And I won the Ballon d'Or. Yeah. I don't need you.
It's one of these now, isn't it? Where like you can kind of see this Real team. It's kind of like looking like that Galacticos period. And it'd be the wrong time for them to mess it up and do that. Because the team they've got right now already looks like they can dominate Europe for the next like 4 or 5 years.
10.
And then can you imagine they mess that up by throwing too many
eggs?
Yeah, like do you know what I mean? Yeah. So they've got to get it right, man. They've got to get it right. But you could just see Real messing it up, couldn't you?
But I feel like Ancelotti's the guy to do it. I feel like he's the
if
glue.
Anyone's going to do it, it's Ancelotti.
He's the glue. Because at the end of the day, you can't like. Little boy Ancelotti.
Realistically, he's going to make the right call. Whatever the right call is, he'll make it.
There were times in that Champions League run, he was taking off Vinny. Yeah. He was taking off Rodrigo, he was taking off these big players, and he's putting on other players that people might not have expected, and they ended up winning, so it worked out.
Like Ryan just made the point, Mbappe won't be able to dictate Don Carlo like he did at PSG. It's a good point.
Yeah. Someone said Mbappe's salary, you could probably buy a small island state in the Pacific. Let me Google Mbappe's salary.
I
heard it's crazy. 72 million euros. How much is he getting per week? Oh, is that it? Let me not say he's not it because it's a lot. But
250 grand a week, is that it?
he got 150 mil signing on bonus.
I thought there was something ridiculous like that. Yeah, I was going to say, I think he got like 100 million sign on bonus.
What?
100 million.
Wait. Okay, so Mbappe's taking. Sorry, if I keep going silent, because producer's talking to me. Apparently, he's taking PSG to court because
Is he owed money?
they owe him money. I'll be honest. Surely, like this is just greedy. Like, at what point do you just say like you're being greedy? Like you could buy a football team in the Premier League. Maybe not in the Premier League, but you could buy a pretty big football team. Like with the amount of money you've got. I think PSG owe him like 100 million or something like that. He's got 100.
That's so funny.
150 million pound sign-on bonus, along with a 50 million pound a year salary.
What was that role he had at PSG? Did he have like a big stake in PSG?
He was a coach. He was pretty much his assistant manager. 1 sec. 15 million divided by 52 weeks. So 280k a week. To be fair, that's not. It's a lot. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying it's not a lot, but like Rashford gets like 300. You know, so that there's a few players. I'm pretty sure Casemiro gets like 350. So I remember when
the maddest one was Alexis Sanchez. That one was the maddest one.
450.
Yeah, but back then that was like insane.
I cannot believe we gave Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah, that was
450k. And we had to pay half
Woodward,
the salary when he left to go into
Ed Woodward. Full stop.
That is insane. Yeah, I remember Messi's salary at Barcelona. I think it was so mad that they couldn't. That's why they couldn't keep him on.
Yeah. That's right.
Imagine your salary.
It was literally impossible.
Salary being so mad that you couldn't keep Messi.
Yeah, but to a certain extent, like, wouldn't you just think, right, I've had enough money off him, like.
Let me
if you really love Barca that much,
just take a salary cut.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
Czech Republic got an attack going on. Decent shot, another good save. The keepers have been man of the matches this game. Both keepers, in my opinion, have been man of the matches. But yeah, eventually at some point you just gotta like.
He did well to parry that out, the way he parried it out to the edge of the pitch. Then he did well.
Ed Woodward. Yeah,
I don't even want to talk about him.
Apparently he's got full rights to his brand at PSG. I'll be honest, yeah, Mbappe is just smart. He's just a smart guy.
Yeah.
He's actually just a smart guy because those deals are insane. Now Georgia coming back. It's proper end-to-end right now. He's gone out for a corner. Oh, referee.
He got a goal kick.
Referee's got given that goal kick. Let's see what's happened here. He's cut it in. It's gone through his legs. That's a corner.
Yeah.
Referee got it wrong. But yeah, them salaries are insane. What other players have had an insane salary? I remember like Samuel Eto'o having a crazy one.
Yeah.
I remember when, I think it was Oscar, when he went to the Chinese league.
Yeah, back in the day. way back in the day.
When he went to the Chinese league.
Tevez,
yeah. Crazy salaries in like these other leagues.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, yeah? Hypothetical. Chat, get involved in this as well.
I think Beckham was probably the first one, really, when he went over to America.
Yeah.
Around 2007, 2008, something like that.
I think they gave him the option to buy a club.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Like, ridiculous. But go ahead with you.
Actually, no, quickly before that, the poll. Who would you rather on the right wing, Dembele or Saka? Saka 61% and Dembele 39%. It actually isn't as far as I thought it would be. Obviously, Saka's won 60-40, but quite a few people say Dembele, so interesting debate there. But what I wanted to ask was, obviously, a lot of people are going to like the Saudi League nowadays.
Yeah.
A lot of them is mainly because of money, let's be honest. Now, I want to put you in a hypothetical situation.
Okay.
You're 27 years old.
Yeah.
27 years old. You're playing for, let's say you're playing for United.
Okay.
Playing for United, and we're in the position that we're in right now. We're abysmal, terrible. Don't really know what's going on with the club. New owners, everything's up in the air.
You're not too far off describing Bruno Fernandes's position here, but keep going.
But yeah, you're earning 100k a week.
I don't think Bruno's
Yeah,
not far off.
To be fair, 100k a week. You're getting game time, but the team's dead. Let's be honest, the team's dead. You don't even really know if your position is certified for next season. You know, there's conversations as to other players coming into your position.
Yeah.
Saudi come, knocking on the door.
Yeah.
500k a week, £50 million sign-on bonus, 5-year deal.
Oh, 5-year deal's the real spanner.
5-year deal, 500k a week, £50 million sign-on bonus. Everything's paid for. Food, accommodation, everything's paid for. You don't have to pay for anything. You're just pretty much pocketing the money, just saving it for your kids, pretty much.
Basically.
Are you taking the deal?
That's where you've got to weigh up, isn't it? Like,
are you taking
am I gonna sacrifice? Because I'd literally call it sacrifice at that point. Because if you go into Saudi, like, you've no idea what your life's going to be like over there, and for you to lock yourself in for 5 years, there's no going.
The deal is you have to do the 5 years. You can't do 1 year, take the 500k a week, and then just go.
Like, there's absolutely no going back.
There's no going back. So what are you doing?
And I wouldn't feel comfortable in a foreign country. Like, do you know, like, if you were gonna be like a bit like how Benzema did it, how he didn't play, refused to play and stuff like that. I personally wouldn't feel comfortable doing it in like a foreign country. I'd just be a bit like, I wouldn't want. I wouldn't want to make. Do you know, there's that much money involved? I wouldn't want to put the wrong impression on anybody. Yeah. So if you're taking that 5-year deal, you're locked in. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of your personal life. You're going to sacrifice the 5 years of your life, which could maybe not go the right way, but your family is set for generations.
More than generations. Yeah. You're set until your family name runs out.
That's what I mean.
So let us know in the chat. What are you doing? What are you guys doing? What are you doing?
If it was United, I'd stay at United. If it was another club, that's because I support United.
Okay, forget United.
If it was another, let's say I'm at Arsenal.
Okay, let's say, because Arsenal are playing well. Let's say.
Oh, right, okay. Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Yeah, let's say I'm at Chelsea.
Someone said, I'm walking there. Producer, let's get a poll on that one. He was out. I'll say it again because he was out.
It's the 5-year deal that makes it tricky for me. Do you know, if you said 2 years, I'd do it.
Let me say it again for anyone who didn't hear and producer. So you've got two options. The first option is you're playing for Chelsea. You're earning around 100k, 75 to 100k a week. The team's terrible. There's not really any hope. You're kind of just in the middle of nowhere. You don't even know your position secured for next season. But you're playing for Chelsea in the Premier League. Or Saudi come knocking at your door, 500k a week, £50 million sign-on bonus. we can up it to 75 if you want.
Yeah, it's the 5 years, which is
deal,
like
5-year deal, and everything in your life paid for. You don't have to pay for anything. No food, car, accommodation, anything. Everything's paid for. Which one are you taking?
I feel like when you look at the people around you, you'd be almost selfish not to do it.
I think someone put in the chat, it's legacy versus
setting up your family forever.
Yeah. It's what did he put? Legacy or money is the question. Which one do you want?
Just imagine you get 3 months in and you're like, I can't do this.
That's the risk you gotta take. That's the risk you got to take.
Imagine you get 3 months in, and then people say like, "Oh yeah." I think they get to a certain point with money where you have a certain amount of money where having more money can't matter that much. Surely, do you know what I mean?
But it's past you though. You're not getting the money for you. It's past you. Because really, truly, 100k a week is enough for anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The way I look at it is this: as a footballer, like, let's be honest, like, your life is a lot easier than a normal hard 9-to-5 working. Like, look at some of these nurses. I know people who are nurses who are working 12 hours a day doing stuff that they might not want to do every day, but they're doing it because they have to, and they're earning like a minimum wage, like not the greatest wage, and they're doing that every day.
They get to go to football
difficult.
Training. Something that people do it for free. Do you know
what
I mean?
So the way I look at it is, you trying to tell me you couldn't play in Saudi Arabia for 500k? Is it too difficult to do that? Like, let's be honest. Like, is it really that difficult to do for 500k? £50 million sign-on bonus? Like, come on.
Yeah.
I'm
It's the 5-year deal, which has made it like tricky for me.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm going. I'm gonna shout you guys when I'm back. Yeah. Oh yeah, and you're 27 as well, so you're in your prime.
Oh, mate.
You're 27, so you're in your prime as well. Don't forget that. You're not.
Do you know
old.
what? Do you know what? Now you've reiterated the fact that I'm 27. I don't think I'd go.
You wouldn't go.
No, because I think the idea of creating, like you said about being the best player, I'd end up getting the idea of becoming like setting a legacy as a footballer. It sounds selfish to do it ahead of your family, but I think I'd get.
That is very selfish.
Like I think personally, I'd be more like, no, I'm gonna be the guy. I'm going to be the guy.
You believe in yourself that much that you would.
If I was 27, the best player in the team, I feel like I'd end up being like, you have to as a footballer. It's like what Mike Tyson said. Like you've got to believe you're the best man. You've got to believe like you're the best in the world. And I feel like you'd end up getting yourself into that mindset.
There's a line though. This is one of them like proper like not like deep debates, but like it's like an ethics kind of debate.
It's a debate of morals, mate. Yeah.
Wow, this mic is, yeah. But yeah, in my opinion, football is great. And as much as I love football, if I was a footballer, obviously, like...
But you got to remember,
you got to think about the future, bro.
Up until that point, your whole life is dedicated to get to where you are.
And you've made it.
No, but if you... Have you ever quite made it, though? Like, will you ever reach a point...
If you play for Chelsea, you've made it.
Yeah, but if you're that good, will you not reach a point where, like, I want to go and win the Champions League or something like that? Do you know what I mean? If you've not done it already, you've not quite made it yet, have you? You'll never get satisfied. If you're one of those people with a mentality of getting there in the first place, I don't think you'll ever be satisfied until you retire.
It's an interesting one. I don't know. It's an interesting one. In my opinion, now this is the way I look at it. Yeah, if I knew I had the ability to be the best player in the world, I'd stay at Chelsea.
Yeah,
you know, there's some players that like who's 27, he's like mid-20s, who isn't at the.
I think Bruno's a good example of this. I think he's like 29, but I think Bruno fits this category.
29,
really.
Flipping on.
I think this idea fits Bruno Fernandes really well.
How old is Bruno? He might be around the age that we're kind of talking about.
29.
29. But I don't think Bruno's got the ability to be the best player in the world, though.
No, but I bet he believes he can win the Champions League with United.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you any money he believes it, even though like it sounds stupid. I bet you any money Bruno Fernandes believes he can win the because that's what to get to that level, you've got to be a bit deluded.
Yeah.
Like you just have to. It's the Mike Tyson's like obviously Mike Tyson was the absolute best at what he did, and probably always will be. But that idea what he had of like you've got to go into the ring believing that you are untouchable. Like he mentioned the God complex. Like you've got to believe you're literally God. To get to that point. And I think a lot of them footballers will. Most of them will be mentality monsters.
Czech Republic had a great chance. And it was like a near post header, but it's gone wide on the far post. He's crossed it in, a good header. It's just gone past the far post. But I've been watching this game though, and they've actually, I'm gonna be honest, even though we've been talking a lot, Czech Republic have had some very good
It's getting to that
chances.
Point, isn't it, that I wanted it to get to though?
I wanted to
get to the 85th minute
everyone's
and it just absolutely goes off.
Yeah. I'll be honest, the comments, there's a lot of people that are getting into this debate.
This is the debate you'd have. Do you know if you were in the scenario though that you'd have this debate non-stop with your family, with your mates?
Let me read some of the comments because a lot of good points being made here. Being able to retire your parents and not a single member of anyone you love needing to work a day in their lives. That's the point though.
But I think you wouldn't be far off it anyway. Oh, another chance for Czech.
No, you are right. You're playing for Chelsea.
You wouldn't be far off anyway.
Don't forget these players give up a lot of their youth to make it.
This is what I'm saying. You've dedicated your entire... I do think there's some players out there... I think there's a lot of players out there where football means more to them than money. I do think there's a lot of players who football will mean more to them than money.
500k a week. I think when it touches 500k a week...
I know that, yeah. If you're on 100 and you're getting offered that sign-on bonus, I know what you mean.
When I say 50 mil, I don't mean 50 mil if you win the Ballon d'Or. I mean 50 mil on the day you sign into your bank.
You'll never see that. You'll never see that money. But then again, though, like
But let me read some more comments.
I don't know.
Let them
mate,
have a regular, hard-working job
so
for a day, just to know what real life is like.
Mikey,
That's why I'm all for the 1 year in the army or the social job. I had to go my draft. Okay. Bear in mind, a 5-year, 500k a week deal is a £130 million deal. Family success over some legacy, some keys in the pub, remember. Chelsea are the same team that used to be, yeah.
I think I see it the other way around, you know. I think I'd die happier. Oh, it sounds this sounds so selfish, but I've got to say it because it's on my mind. I think I'd want to leave behind a legacy and be remembered than take the money from my family. That sounds so selfish, but I just feel like if like I can't even believe it's just left me out.
Don't show your family this.
But I just feel like if I was in the position, do you know that thing I said about you've got to be a bit deluded? I feel like to make it to the top, you've got to be a little bit like that. Like,
this is the perfect comment here, yeah. Listen, at the end of the day, football is a job, which football is a job which you want to make the most money as possible. Facts. Football is a job. Can I just say, yeah, their outfits are very nice. I don't know if you saw it yet. I think it's the Czech Republic coaches, but they've all got like matching. I don't know if you saw it before.
No, I'll keep my eye out.
I don't know if you saw it, but they've all got like matching suits on. I've seen it a couple of times and I thought they actually got some.
I'm going to keep my eye out for it.
But yeah, I don't know.
Legacy over family till 2024. Mate, I sound like so arrogant and like, but I just feel like if you've dedicated your life.
Legacy over family.
If you've dedicated your life, like I can't believe the words left my mouth, but it was on my mind and I just got to go with what was on my mind.
But think about it like this year as well.
Yeah.
You're a kid growing up in the academy. Your parents had to sacrifice.
Yeah, you're so right.
Most kids, their parents had to sacrifice a lot for them to even just go training every single day.
But Mike Tyson didn't think like that.
Forget Mike Tyson's a one in a million. He's literally 1 in a million. Like you can't even compare to Mike Tyson.
I know, but you've got to be deluded and believe you're 1 in a million. I feel like.
Not if 500k is in front of you. Like to me, 500k a year, a week is 1 in a million anyway. You're literally 1 in a million. Like. There's not a million people that get that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So already you're already defying the odds. You've already broke some kind of door that nobody else could break. You know what I mean? So that is 1 in a million.
Right, imagine this. I'm going to throw another spanner in the works. I can't believe this has gone on for so long, but I've got another spanner for you. Ready?
Yeah.
You miss out on the England squad because you're playing in Saudi. England win the World Cup.
I don't care.
Really? Really?
Bro. My family is worth more than a World Cup for England. I don't genuinely. My kids, they're worth more than a World Cup. I'll happily say that. I'm not even like, as much as that is like, wow, like a World Cup to lift the World Cup as a footballer is like the top of. That's like the pinnacle. Like if you lift the World Cup, it's more than lifting the Champions League. It's more than lifting the Premier League. It's more than lifting the Ballon d'Or. That's everything. Ronaldo's not done it. You know what I mean? But to know that my whole generation's set forever. Is enough for me to say I'll pass. I'll sit down for this one. Ben White does it. Ben White sits out regardless.
Yeah.
He said he doesn't want to play. But yeah, let me see what the poll's saying anyway. It's actually kind of even. So
is it?
The question's not even there. But to play for Chelsea, so pretty much to stay in the Premier League and to keep your 75k a week in a team that you don't really know what's going to happen. 46%. And then to move to Saudi for 5 years, 130 mil.
Yeah, it is so. What I've said is unbelievable. What I've said is unbelievably selfish. Like you can't get more selfish than what I've said. But at the same time, I feel like you've got to have a little bit of that to like make it at the very, very top.
Look, no, can I say something though? Somebody said here, that 1 year of Chelsea wages will see your family set for your entire lifetime. It wouldn't. How many footballers do we see go broke?
Yeah.
You see footballers go broke all the time because you're forgetting.
If you've got the right people around you, you'll be fine.
Maybe
not. Some people don't.
But think about it like this, yeah. 'Cause a lot of people feel like just because you're earning 50k a week, you're still going to be living in a normal house that costs, I don't know, £2,000 a month, £1,000 a month, or you're going to be driving a normal car. Naturally, when you become a footballer, your lifestyle changes.
Yeah, you've never seen that money before.
Your house is you're going to be paying a lot more for your rent, or you might buy a house that costs like 10 million, 20 million. Your car's going to upgrade.
I was listening to Micah Richards.
Security's going to upgrade.
Micah Richards was speaking about this like not long ago. I was listening to him speak about it, where he was like, once like he did something ridiculous when he was 18. Like I think he spent like 200 grand in a night. in like Vegas or LA.
Micah
or
Richards?
Like that. Yeah.
When he played for City?
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Because he said, because literally as soon as he got given 50k a week at like 18, and he ended up like, he went on this crazy night out where like he's in a bar just spending, and then he got the bill, it was like 200 grand. And he's just like, what have I done?
Yeah, so that's someone he did. That's probably why he's doing every single TV show. And
yeah.
he's doing BBC, he's doing CBS, he's doing Sky. Yeah, he needs to get that money back. But yeah, to that point though, I was just trying to say that like a lot of footballers do go broke after they finish playing football because it's not easy to maintain that lifestyle.
By the way, you've also got to find a completely different career.
Yeah.
Like you retire.
For the majority of your life as well.
Yeah,
For the majority of your life, you've got to find a new career.
Yeah. Not even for like, I'm sorry, but at 35 years old, you can't just not work. You'll go crazy.
You'll go broke.
You've got. I think you go mental though. Like you've got to do something. You can't just be living doing nothing. Like
there's loads. I think West Brown filed for bankruptcy.
Really?
Wait. Let me not say that. Let me not. wait.
No, didn't like.
Somebody did.
Didn't
anyway.
Ronaldinho or someone mental like that do it?
Wait, somebody did.
Type in football or bankrupt.
No, it wasn't West Brown. It was West Brown.
Was it not Ronaldinho or something mad like
Somebody
that?
went bankrupt. I remember. John Barnes.
John Barnes went bankrupt. I don't think the money was as crazy back then though.
Yeah, look. It was West Brown. Wow. Yeah, I wasn't going crazy. See, look, I didn't want to put out any rumours like that before you start saying that. West Brown declared bankruptcy, yeah.
Mate.
So look, West Brown won multiple Champions Leagues. He's won like 10 Premier Leagues.
Surely I feel like at that point though, Joe, when there's that much money in the mix, I feel like for that to happen, I don't think you can do that just by spending on shit. I think that's got to come from like business choice. Like you've got maybe your money's in some other people's hands. You only like running businesses, and then that business goes bankrupt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's investments.
Yeah, it's got to be that way. Yeah. Which at that point, like your money's not even in your hands. It's other people working for you at that point. It's not like he spent it all on cars and stuff like that.
Danny Alves did as well, apparently.
Danny Alves is who I was thinking of, not Ronaldinho.
Yeah. So look, I think is he not in jail now?
I think so. Don't know if he. I don't know.
I saw something about him going to jail.
Yeah, I've seen it. I don't know if he still is. Really?
Apparently Neymar paid his bail. So big up to Neymar. Neymar's on stupid money anyway.
Yeah,
like, he could afford it.
He's on
probably nothing. Money. But yeah, like it's not a crazy thing to think that some footballers can actually go broke after playing football. Like it's very, very plausible thing to happen. But anyway, interesting debate to be fair. And it's very evenly split.
Mate, yeah.
Very evenly split. Super chat here from George. Yeah, you guys make sure you're sending in your super chats. Make sure you're liking. Make sure you are subscribing. I don't know what we're on right now. We're on 1.18 subscribers.
Yeah. We're having a good debate anyway. So any super chats that come in, we're going to read them out. So anything controversial, any topics you want us to debate, any hot takes, throw them our way, man, because we'll debate until the sun goes down.
So George, thanks for your super chat. Said Marcus Rashford's weekly salary is more than a decade of labour from both my parents, no exaggeration.
Yeah, it's true.
I'll take the money.
How crazy
Facts.
is that?
300. Let me do some calculations. Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Let me do some calculations. What is Rashford's wage? Is it 300 or 350?
I don't know. You always hear 300 get thrown around, don't you?
I don't even admit it's about Rashford, to be fair, but because he said it.
I think people forget as well, like these players get stupid money off like Nike, Adidas, stuff like that as well. Like they're getting crazy money from
300k, yeah. What's the average salary in the UK? We're doing some maths right now.
The average salary for how old, for what age, over 25?
35k? Fair enough.
I thought it'd be about 25 to 30 for a 25-year-old.
It is 35k, wow. You're right.
I thought it'd be a bit less.
300,000 divided by 35k. So you're earning 8.5 times the amount. So it will take 8.5 years for one average person in the UK to earn what Rashford gets in a week.
It makes
like,
like,
doing the calculations,
Joe, it's doing. It's just making what I said so much worse. Like the more we look into it, it sounds so bad.
8.5 years for the average person to get what Rashford gets in a week. I'll be honest, I'm taking the 500k. I'm taking the 500k.
Yeah, some podcast that, mate. some podcast discussion that.
Oh, anyway.
That's a good topic for your podcast, by the way, mate.
I might bring that into my podcast.
Like, you could go into that,
I might bring that into my podcast. But but we're into the 88th minute. The game's been going on. Apologies that we haven't been talking about the game a lot. But
it's the parents thing, man. Like, oh.
Yeah, the parents thing.
Yeah.
I think
and again, though, would you not have enough money anyway to like? Do you know what I mean? You've made enough money at that point to sort your parents out anyway.
After what, 5 years?
No, being a 27-year-old playing for Chelsea on £100 a week.
Oh,
surely you've made enough money to set your parents up.
You never know, bro. You actually never know. You actually never know. You say you have, but you never know. Because what if you buy them a house? Are you going to maintain the house for the rest of their life? You've got to be making some kind of money to maintain it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's an interesting debate. We're going to move on from that debate now anyway. And we're going to let's focus on this game.
I say this game's not quite hit, like, there's not been the fireworks we quite expected.
There's been a few chances in the second half. I'm surprised it's still 1-1 though. What was your prediction? Did you have a prediction?
I didn't really have a prediction. I said
2-1.
I couldn't really call it. 2-1's most likely prediction, but I don't know which way.
I said 2-1 to
Czech, was it?
I think
you said Georgia?
I think it's yeah. But
good football from Czech, yeah.
Little one-touch football. Ooh. Do you think? Because if they both draw, let me see what that looks like for the table.
It doesn't look good for either if they both draw. If they both draw, it looks like they're going to be one of the third place teams to go home.
Yeah.
Because one's got to face Turkey and one's got to face Portugal.
I think a draw for Georgia is worse because they've got to play Portugal next game. No. Okay, this is how I'm thinking. I'm thinking hypothetical. I'm predicting that Portugal will win the next game. And if they win the next game, they go through automatically. So I think for Georgia, they might actually want to play Portugal because Portugal are already through.
You're right, actually, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, would you?
That's if Portugal decide to like take it easy, because I feel like Portugal, because they're already through, they might play like a B team-ish. Like they might play a couple of plays that wouldn't normally play because they're already through.
I think Portugal will win. I think Beth slightly fancies Turkey, you know.
To beat Portugal?
I don't know if she fancies him to beat Portugal, but she rates them highly.
5 minutes extra time.
I think she's got them as a dark horses after she watched them against. Was it Georgia? Who did they play? Turkey. Yeah, I think they might have played Georgia.
But I think if Turkey do beat Portugal, it's looking long for Georgia.
Hey, the chat is still going on about that.
They're still going on about the debate.
Money debate.
I think it's a good debate though, I'm not going to lie. It's a very good debate. If you were playing at Chelsea, you'd be on good wages anyway. So financial security plus legacy versus extreme financial security and no legacy. But how do you know you're going to get legacy though?
You don't. That's a gamble.
That's what I mean. Like legacy.
It's a gamble.
How many players are actually legends at Chelsea?
Well, this is that's what I was trying to say about the deluded bit. I feel like at that level, like they will be somewhat deluded about them. You got to believe, like, back yourself so much to a point that's not even like makes sense in a way. Do you know what I mean?
Because legacy's like there's no legends at United right now. There's not one legend in that United team.
Yeah.
Oh, someone who's going to become a legend anyway.
Yeah, I feel like...
You're not going to become a legend. He's just going to be a good player.
Oh my God,
my gosh, imagine. Imagine. Czech just tried a bicycle kick. I couldn't see exactly who it was, but...
I don't know if Bruno stuck around until he was old.
He wouldn't be a legend, though.
Yeah, but what if they won the Prem?
He still wouldn't be a legend. You can't be a legend because you win the Prem. What?
What about Van Persie?
He won the Prem by himself. That's different. That is different. Like, there's difference to how you can win the Prem. Like,
okay.
And he was like genuinely the best striker in the league, if not the world. So that's different. But winning the Prem don't make you a legend.
What about Jamie Vardy?
He's Leicester's biggest ever player.
Yeah, true.
he's the biggest Leicester. He's their biggest legend. Maybe Gary Lineker, I don't know. But
Riyad Mahrez, Champions League winner.
For who? For Leicester?
No, not for Leicester, but he played for Leicester and he's a Champions League winner.
You think he's a legend? He probably is. I think everyone in that Leicester team, because it's their only Premier League...
Yeah, it's a one-off.
Yeah,
we're using such a one-off example.
It's not really, yeah. But yeah, right now there's no legends at the United team. So just because you play for a big team, there's no legends in that Chelsea team either.
Yeah.
So, like, just because you play for them, not mean you're going to become like an all-time great, especially if it's United. We've got too many all-time players to even put you in that conversation just because you win a Prem.
Yeah.
That's an interesting conversation. Though. This laptop's gonna die. I might have to use it to yours. But
Yeah, I'll put it in there.
who? Okay, in this England team, who are legends?
You could just swap it over to Mac, isn't it?
Yeah. In this England team, who are legends? Because this is a debate I had the other day as well. I wanted to bring this up. The game's about to finish in 2 minutes.
Who's a legend in the England team?
No, I was gonna say.
There's one in there. Phil Foden.
Already.
Yes.
Phil Foden's a legend already.
Yes.
As in an England legend or just a football legend?
Oh, a City legend.
You think Foden's yeah, he is.
What? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, like, you know, it's because it's City. I thought, it's City. He probably is.
Yeah, like,
City.
yeah.
He probably is. But what the scenario I was going to give was, if England were to go and win.
How do people not think Foden's a City legend? What? He's won 5 Premier League titles, a Champions League and a treble. We don't stop talking about that 99 United team like 20 years later. Of course he's a legend.
But how like important was he to all of those Premier Leagues? Like, let's be honest, he's only really been a big factor to the last couple. The rest of them have kind of been like in and out, squad player rotation.
No, I think he's played a bit. I think he's a legend, a City legend. I think he is.
But wait, let me just.
Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker's a City legend.
Kyle Walker's a City legend.
Yeah, like.
Kyle Walker's a City legend.
Yeah.
He's arguably the best right back of all time in Premier League.
Yeah, literally. Kyle Walker is probably the best right back in Premier League history.
He is. Best, yeah.
He probably, yeah. I mean,
best, yeah, he is. Best, definitely, yes. Oh
my God! Oh my God!
3-on-1. Are they going to win the
Please
game?
play him in.
Oh!
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I cannot believe it.
What am I watching? What am I watching? Oh my God, what am I watching?
He made the perfect pass.
The pass was bang on.
And he skied it.
Oh my God. Do you know how big that could have been for Joe? Oh my God, I can't believe what I'm watching.
That could have saved their whole tournament. And it's the game's done.
And he's
done.
He's blew the whistle.
Oh. What an ending.
Oh my days. I can't believe what I've just seen. That is shocking.
A 3-on-1.
Thank God I'm not Georgian. Oh my God. My summer would be ruined. My entire summer would just be ruined. I think everybody's just in disbelief.
That's just as bad as missing a penalty.
Oh, that's worse.
That's just as bad as missing a penalty.
That's worse because you've got the whole build-up of like watching them run through 3-on-1.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Wow.
Oh wow.
I am speechless.
I didn't even get to give my scenario. Are we wrapping up now? Producer. Alright, sweet. So guys, thank you guys for watching. It's been an interesting debate. It's been an interesting watch along.
Yeah,
what
that was a podcast. That was a podcast.
What a last 30 seconds. The polls ended though, and it's pretty much 50-50. So,
really?
Yeah, pretty 47 to 53. So more or less a 50-50. Everyone's saying that the Turkey-Portugal lineup's out. So let me look at that quickly.
How can they be out? It's 8 PM game. That's early if they're out.
I know, everyone's just lying. I feel like this chat just love to troll like sometimes. It's 5 PM. It's a 5 PM game. If this is the lineup that I'm seeing here, then fair enough. I can see it, but I don't know if this is a confirmed lineup. Anyway, that's for. I'm pretty sure who's doing the next watch along. It might be Mark or something.
I think Mark's on next.
Yeah, Mark's doing the next watch along. So don't worry, guys. Mark is going to be here for in an hour. In an hour, you'll be here. Oh, not half an hour actually.
Yep.
For the next watch along, Turkey versus Portugal. What an ending! But it ended up being 1-1.
Mate, I can't believe the entire game led up to that chance.
But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. And we will be back on, I don't know which one, but we're going to be back on a different watch along.
We'll be back soon.